Yeah. I kind of wanted to play one like that, so I gotta call my boss tomorrow. He says I don't gotta go back to work.
$10 straddle on the button. Marty making the fold. Ace-8 for Bob. Makes the call.
That means if I had won it right now.
Yeah, you don't want to win.
You owe $10. You owe. I owe $10. I won it now.
So it looks like New York Bob with the best hand. And there comes the ace. Nick with the clubs. Luis with the better clubs. Luis going to lead right out here. Nick also with a straight draw. 5 makes him a straight. Rock open-ended with the 5-6. And there's the flush, and there's the straight. There's been a lot of action cards. The 7 making a straight for Rock. It makes the nut flush the best hand possible for Luis. And Nick has a 10-high flush. So there will definitely be blood here. Oh, Rock's going to raise here. So Luis bet the flop with his flush draw, hits the flush draw, bets again, and now he's getting raised. And Nick has a 10-high flush. I don't think Nick can fold here. And this is one of the reasons why you don't play 10 deuce. Because it gets you in bad positions. I don't think Nick can fold. Is he thinking about raising? Luis is loving this. Luis has the nuts right now. He bet, he gets raised, and now somebody's thinking about at least calling. And that's what he's going to do. What does Luis do here? I think if you're Luis, you have to re-raise it. I mean, you're putting somebody on at least 2 pair here, so you don't want the board to pair. You have 423 in your stack. And there's 442 in the pot. I think you just go all in here. Wow, he just calls. So if the board pairs here, Luis is not going to like it if the board pairs. Board did not pair. I don't think that Nick is going to be able to fold his hand. I think Nick is just going to lose more money. I don't know how he's going to lose more money, but I think Nick is going to lose more money in this hand. Oh, Luis checking here. Yeah. Rock betting 200. Luis playing this great as he figures somebody else had a flush or somebody has a straight at least. And like I said, Nick is losing more money for sure. And now here comes the bad news. Nick makes the call. Luis immediately says all in. Nick's not going to be able to fold here for another $143. Is Rock going to call? I think Rock feels pot committed here. Rock might think somebody has 8-5 for a better straight, or that somebody has a flush, but Rock feels pot committed here. And look at him. He's literally shaking his head while he's calling. And then Nick's going to call. And Luis played this masterfully. 1351 pot for Luis. He was the winner early on, and that's going to put him back into the lead. All right, we are getting ready for the first hand here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. You can see the stack sizes on the bottom, what everybody bought in for. Action will be on Chowder, or just Chow. Chubs making the call with the 5-3 offsuit. Rock also coming along. And New York Bob completed in the small blind. Rigo with the Queen Jack, 2 face cards, gonna bump it up to 23. Champ will come along with the same hand. Chubs is in as well. And we are going 3 ways to a flop. Welcome to the 1-3 No Limit Texas Hold'em here from the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. And it's going to come a paired board. Rigo will put out the continuation bet for a quarter, and I think Chubs is going to float him here. Chubs is going to call with a plan to bluff the turn. 10 of diamonds on the turn. Let's see if Rigo slows down. Rigo does checks, and Chubs is going to execute his plan. He's going to bet 45 and take down the first hand. All right, I was just making sure that we were live as we changed it up here a bit, but we'll go over the stack sizes real quick. You can see there, seat 1, New York Bob, in for $400. Seat 2, Baby Spider, he's just sitting down. He's in for $500. Seat 3, Keller, also in for $500. Seat 4, Rigo, he's in for $560. And then we have seat 5, Chow, in for $320. Seat 6, Champ, in for $300. Seat 7, Chubs, in for $300. Ace, King of Hearts for Champ. And he is going to limp under the gun, set in the trap here as Chubs also comes along. Pocket 7s for New York Bob. Should be raising this on the button. What type of sizing is he going to go with? And it's going to be $20. Chow makes the fold, and Champ should be... No, Champ just calling here. I thought the reason why Champ limped under the gun was to put out the 3-bet, but that wasn't the case. Champ hitting his king right away. I would imagine he's going to check this, and does. Goes check, check. And Champ still hoping the New York Bob bets. River and 8. Champ finally puts out some chips. And I think New York Bob might call out of curiosity. This hand played very, very slow by Champ. But New York Bob does make the good fold. Changed it up this week with the intro a bit as we had some hand highlights from the previous stream. So I wasn't sure we were live on the first hand, but yes, indeed we are. All right, seat 7, you can see Chubs. Then we have seat 8, Rock, who's in for 1,000, and seat 9, Commander Picks. Comandante en español. I believe we have the small blind game on. That's what that $5 is on top of the button, as it was seat 4, Rigo there. Yes. So they are explaining it to seat 9. You can see Chubs explaining it, and he's also explaining it in Spanish. So we will explain it as well if you're not sure at the end of this hand. Chubs under the gun with the 9-5. He said he got inspired by Smiley last week. Smiley was playing on the stream and had a VPIP of over 75%. And Chubs said he's going to try to beat Smiley's VPIP. So Smiley last time had the VPIP of 75%. So Chubs kind of pulled me aside and told me what his plan was. The table doesn't know what his plan is, but I would imagine the table will figure out that he's going to be playing a large amount of hands pretty quick here. And so far, it's working out for him. He is the winner. Everybody else either in the negative or breaking even or up $1. So there's going to be an under the gun straddle. Rock put it on $10 under the gun. Once again, the $5. Oh, the double straddle. Nice. These guys are here to gamble tonight. And Chubs accidentally put in the chips on top of the card reader. I'm not sure if he caught that, but the dealer let him know that the chips have to be away from the card reader. These are special cards. They are a little bit thicker than the normal cards. And there's a double straddle under the gun, so action will be on New York Bob with the Jack 10 for 20. I think he would call the $3, maybe even the $10, but you could see him reluctantly calling the 20 there as Rigo with the Queen 10 suited makes a call, and we'll see if Chow puts in the raise. He does not. Chubs does make the fold. And into the double straddle, we got the 4-3, and he's making a move here. And I was going to say it might work, but maybe Chow will call him there in seat 5. I thought he would have 3-bet with the ace-jack or raise initially, but let's see what he does here. Commander picks, known as a tighter player, so he's using this tight image here to pull off this bluff. Oh, Champ's not going to let him have it. And Comandante is not going to be happy as he got caught. The crazy part is it's basically 60-40 here. He does have 2 live cards. And he's still live to a 3-4-5. Needs a 3-4-5. And Queen High is going to win this $683 pot. Queen High, Champ. So Champ reaching into his pocket, thinking that he lost the hand. Wow. So you actually saw Champ lean back from his seat thinking that there's no way Queen High is good. There's an ace, a 7, there's an ace and a king on the board, plus any pocket pair beats him. He did have the nut no pair, and it turns out nut no pair will be good for this pot. And you can see Champ grab the $15 off the button there as he did win the small blind game. Maybe that contributed to him calling with the Queen Jack or going all in with the Queen Jack, trying to win the extra $15. Maybe. I mean, I don't think I would have risked all my chips to try to win an extra $15. But he did win the small blind game there. And this has become a staple of the stream here in South Texas. It is the small blind game. Every time a player is on the button, they will add $5 to the pot. So Champ should be putting out $5 on top of that button. That is not a straddle. That is a bonus eligible for the small blind. So only the small blind for that particular hand can win the bonus. So obviously it is in the worst position. The small blind is in the worst position. So the chances that the small blind are going to win any particular hand is probably the smallest at the table. So it gives them an extra incentive to call out of the small blind, and in Champ's case, to go all in. Keller with the 3-bet here. No, it was a $10 straddle under the gun from Commander Picks, and New York Bob limped for the $10, and now Keller will raise it up to 40. And Commander's going all in again. And New York Bob really likes to play the small suited connectors, but he can't play them for $200 as he still has the initial raiser left to act behind him, as well as the big blind that called. So New York Bob just posturing here. At least I think that's what he's doing. I cannot see him calling the $200 with 2 players left to act behind him. And right as I say that, he says YOLO. And see what Keller does here. So these players are here to gamble tonight as Commander Picks. He is known as a tighter player, and he has been really mixing it up these first 2 hands here, going all in back-to-back hands, and Keller's going to go all in as well. And in a weird way, New York Bob is actually going to have some pretty good equity here. New York Bob is in at 34%. He actually has the ace-10 dominated. So New York Bob picking a decent spot to gamble. I know he doesn't like it that Keller called, but once he sees the hands, I think he'll be happy with his play. So normally 3 ways with random cards, a player's going to be 33.33% chance to win. So he's actually has more than that. Keller with the ace-queen obviously has the lead right now, and Commander Pick's going to need a lot of help. There's the 6. So Keller going to need an ace or a queen. Oh, there's the queen. And the ace-queen going to win the main pot and the side pot. So hand number 5, we've already had 2 all-in pots of over $600. And we're just getting started, folks. Make sure you do hit that like button. Also, make sure you do subscribe, as this is our secondary channel. A lot of people don't even realize that they're watching the secondary channel just because of the algorithm with YouTube. So you might not even be subscribed to this channel. The main channel that we stream on is called TCH Live. Of course, TCH standing for Texas Card House. And this is the secondary channel. 3 different words, Texas Card House, all 3 different words. There are 2 different channels. And the reason why there are 2 channels is we have 6 different Texas Card House locations. 4 of them do stream at least twice a week. So that's going to put 8 streams a week. And of course, there's only 7 days out of the week. So there's a secondary channel. Another reason why there's a secondary channel is all of the final tables for big events get streamed. So just to make sure there's always a channel available to stream those tournament final tables, this secondary channel is set up to make sure that you don't miss any of the action. So once again, if you're still not subscribed to this channel, you might be subscribed to the main channel, which is TCH Live. This is the secondary channel, Texas Card House, 3 different words. Make sure you subscribe, and of course, make sure you hit the like button. This is the 6th hand, and we've already had 2 different all-in pots. So it looks like we're going to go 3 ways to the flop. Chubs on the button, playing his button. And he's going to be flopping open-ended with the king 5. The problem is 2 of his 6s are in Commander Pick's hands. Six will be pretty spicy. So $40 bet on the flop, or is that 50? Board pairing, so that's going to take away some of Chubs' outs as the 6 is no longer good for him. And Commander's Picks will fire another. So Chubs did say he's going to try to beat Smiley's 75 V-pit from last week. And he's been involved in a lot of the pots early on here. So this is pre-flop raise. I really don't like to pay attention to it until we get at least 20 hands into the stream, as the sample size can be a little skewed just because of the number of hands that have been played is less than 10. So under the gun straddle coming from Baby Spider. So this 1-3 game is essentially now a 5-10 game. And from the looks of it, these players are here to gamble tonight, as we have Keller, K3 construction. Action on him with the 4-3 of hearts. Keller, a late addition to the stream, and I think I know why he decided to jump in, as Chow has the ace-8 of diamonds. Champ just calling with the ace-queen. Second time Champ playing a big ace, very passive, as the last time he had ace-king of hearts and just called a raise, and this time he just calls the straddle. So let's see what Baby Spider has. Oh, Baby Spider has queens. I think Champ is going to get in trouble here, as Baby Spider bumps it up to 70. I don't think Champ's folding, as Chowder has the suited ace. Wants to see a flop with it. I don't think he wants to pay an extra $60 though. He does make the fold. So last time Champ just called the raise, but this time he's going all in, and one of his aces is dead. Baby Spider's going to snap call him here. So the third all-in hand, well, all-in and call, the third all-in hand, basically half the hands have had a player all-in, and they are deciding on whether or not to run it once or twice. I believe they're going to go twice. Oh, I think they're just going to, yeah, there it is, twice. So Champ going to need an ace. Does not hit it. He will get a second chance at it. Champ needed an ace. There's only 2 left. Oh, a club works too. And he'll hit the ace of clubs. So the ace and the club is good, and they will chop it up. We're also live on the YouTube chat. We are live on the YouTube chat. We are streaming on multiple platforms. I only have access to the YouTube chat, so if you want to let us know where you're watching from tonight, you can let us know in the YouTube chat. We'll definitely give you a shout out. So the chips on top of the button are part of the small blind game. If the small blind wins the hand, they win the bonus. And then if not, the next hand, now the small blind is the button and has to add $5. And then the next small blind will be eligible for the bonus. The players have agreed to put $5 is what they've agreed on. Every time they're the button, they add $5. And if the small blind wins, they win the bonus. Chow making it 15 with the suited king. And New York Bob also with the suited king. Jack 10 for Baby Spider. He will come along in the suited ace for Rigo. And Rigo's going to be flopping a flush draw. Checking to the aggressor, as there is $60 in the pot, and looks like Chow's betting half pot. Rigo's going to be calling for sure, might be check raising. And there's the call. 5 of clubs. Queen of diamonds. Would imagine Rigo will check again, and that's what he does. It goes check, check. And Rigo hits his flush on the river. Now he's going to bet it. Chowder doesn't have anything to call him with, so Chowder should be folding here pretty quick, and does. You can see the early winners tonight as Keller is up almost $600. And I think the reason why Keller chose to play on the stream is he did hit the high hand earlier. I got here around 5 o'clock Texas time, and he hit the high hand, which was over $1,000. He had pocket jacks and wound up making quad jacks, so he won over $1,000 hitting the high hand earlier here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. So now he's putting those chips to work, jumping into the stream. Feels like he's running hot. And he's your early winner so far as well. Champ with the ace. We'll check it. 4 of clubs coming on the turn. Nobody with the club. Champ putting out $5 as there's only $10 in the pot. This was a limped pot. And Champ's going to hit. No, Champ's still going to have the best hand. And Champ's going to bet $7 now. So Keller had a jack for a gut shot. He called the $5 and did not call the $7 on the river. So 1-3 streaming right now here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley in Edinburg, Texas. There's also some outer cash game tables, also of the 1-3 variety. And there's a tournament table for the Valley Poker Open that's going on as well. There's the VPIP. And since Chubs is not at his C, he does get dealt in, but you can see he is holding since he's not at his C. Chow with the suited king once again. Last time he raised 15. This time just calls. Champ with the suited king as well. New York Bob with the 4-deuce offsuit. And Baby Spider has the power of the button, and he's going to use it as he's going to bump it up to Blackjack 21. Keller calling with the suited queen, and also has the opportunity to win that bonus that's on top of the button, as it looks like there's $30 or $40. Looks like everybody's calling the raise here. 3 players with diamonds. Will we see diamonds on the flop? No diamonds, but it's going to be a queen. And Baby Spider and Keller each have a queen, but Chow with the ocho. Keller with a pretty big bet here as he bets a 65 into the $105 pot, so over a half pot size. And Chow's not going to mess around. He's just going to go all in here. Think it might have been better just to call there. He probably would have picked up Baby Spider as a customer. But I think maybe he just wanted to win a hand here on the stream, as Keller will make the call, drawn to 1 out as Baby Spider folded a queen. So 1 out, it's showing 11%, but that's not correct. Looks like they're running it twice here, so Keller going to have to get really lucky. Looking for 1 out. As a face card. And Chow will scoop this $541 pot. So this is just a 1-3 game. Looks like Chubs is back on his seat. As the dealer tonight, one of the dealers tonight, Kenny, will get the pot squared away. And Keller's going to have to add $5 to the button as part of the small blind game. So after he pays off the all-in of Chow, he's going to have to put another $5 on there. I think he's going to clean it up. I think he's going to put a green on there. Yeah, so he's just going to add to it. I thought he might clean it up and put a green there underneath. Champ with straddle, letting him know that he's not the big blind. He put his big blind out early. Action will be on champ.
But like you said, you gotta pay attention. Sometimes people forget it folds around. Fucking make a move. Fucking big nine folds, never get it close.
So Chubs with the ace-queen suited, raising it to 15. He said he was going to try to beat Smiley's V-pip. That was his plan going in. Sometimes you got to change your plan. Baby Spider with the 4-5 of spades will put out the 3-bet. I think Chubs might put in the 4-bet here, as he knows Baby Spider is capable of 3-bet and light here. But no, he just calls. And it'll be a king-high flop. Looks like it's going to go check, check. Chubs checking. Oh, Baby Spider continuing on with his story. Putting out 50. I don't think Chubs is done with the hand just yet. And he does make the call. Chubs hitting his ace will probably once again check it to Baby Spider. He does just that. And I think Baby Spider, his spidey senses are going off and saying something's wrong here. The ace of diamonds coming on the river, so the flush get in there. And Chubs checks it again. Baby Spider's not falling in to the trap. As a matter of fact, Baby Spider didn't even check. It was on him, and he mucked his hand. He knew he just had 5 high, and he knew he wasn't winning. So he literally decided not to bluff at the pot, and instead of bluffing, he mucked. He didn't check. He mucked. All right, Chubs will put on the under the gun straddle. We are live on the YouTube chat. We're also live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Action will be on Rock.
And I'll put it like at the regular speed. Bro, I promise you, I always have to double check because I'm like, oh, did I go like way too fast? Like, is it motion? Yeah, I was like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh, that's not.
Queen 7 from New York Bob will put it in the mug. 5-6 of Baby Spider. Well, he 3-bet last time with 5 high. Now he has 6 high. So he will be coming in for the initial raise. Rigo calling on the button. And Chow getting the extra bonus, or going after the extra bonus there. Chubs is going to put out a big bet here. He's going to make it like 100. Let's see how much he makes it. He makes it exactly 100. So he has a strong hand. He knows Baby Spider could be raising with anything, and we see that is the case. And Chow might call here, as he did double up already, so he has some chips to play with. And he's got about $50 bonus on the button there. If the bonus was $100, he would call this 100 for sure. Oh, the 3-bet was 105. But he still might call here. You can see he wants to call, but he finally makes the fold. So Chubs taking down another hand with ace-queen. And we'll remind you about the Valley Poker Open going on right now. It does conclude this coming Monday, as somebody's going to walk away with $25,000. $200 buy-in. There are flights going on right now.
Halfway through the stream, we should make it 10. Yeah, 7. Okay. Or no, yeah, whatever. 7. 2 hours. You still gonna be here? It goes 4 hours. It's a 4-hour stream. Supposed to be 4 hours.
Baby Spider with the Jack-10 again. He's been active and will continue on. This time making it 15. Keller going to be calling for sure. Might be 3-betting. Just makes the call. Going set mine in. This table is eligible for the high hand. Champ is for sure coming along. And Chubs with the 9 high will defend his big blind. Right now, Champ with the best hand, Queen Jack. He doubled up with that hand earlier. And he's going to flop a gut shot, as does Baby Spider. Baby Spider does have the Jack of Hearts, so he'll take one stab at it. And I don't think Champ is going to fold to this $30 bet, as he does have the extra incentive of the small blind game, the bonus, to make the call. No, Champ folds.
Get in what you can.
So Baby Spider will take this hand down with Jack high. Nice hand.
He said Georgia got soon put me on the list.
You can see Champ is the big winner so far, which is one of the reasons why I thought he would call the $30. Plus, the small blind game was on, and you can see they're putting 2 green chips on there. So he had a $45 bonus. Now he's adding $5 to it, and now Chubs will be eligible for that $50. And we do have an under the gun straddle to 15, up to 15 bucks. The minimum under the gun is $6. The maximum straddle under the gun here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, is half your stack. You can straddle half your stack under the gun. Rigo just calling the 15. And Chubs with the Chad Johnson will make the call, as does Rock. And Commander picks with the 49ers. Ace, ace, 7. Rock with the ace. He is going to check it, hoping somebody catches up. And nobody has a 7. So Rock will make a small bet at this pot. And everybody's going to be folding. And right as I say that, I just realized Chubs has a flush draw. Chubs doesn't believe Rock has the ace, but that is the case. Chubs doesn't want to hit a diamond. So Chubs with the check raise on the turn, and he's going for it here. Rock's not folding. So you can see the snap call from Rock. Well, as a matter of fact, I think he min raised it. He looked like 2 black chips there. So I think he min raised it, and Chubs realized he had an ace or a 7 and was not folding.
How much is up there? Oh, okay.
YouTube chat available. And there is a button straddle. The chips on top is part of the small blind game. The 2 chips in front is part of the button straddle. Action will start to the left on Rock, who just won the previous pot.
That's what you were talking about the other day.
That's crazy.
It's on, you know that no gamble, no future?
Yeah.
It's on there.
I wouldn't want to play that game with Baby Spider until. A lot of hands.
So Baby Spider with the ace jack going to be coming in for a $60 raise. Keller with the 7 deuce.
We'll get a smoothie if you want one. A smoothie, you said? Yeah, next door. So the longer it goes. Or a shake, whatever you want.
So it looks like Rigo going to run next door to get a smoothie. Offering anybody at the table if they would like a smoothie. Not offering the commentator. I am in a different room, so it's kind of understandable. So New York Bob calling with the suited jack. Does not want to see a jack on the flop unless if a 5 follows. New York Bob checking dark, and there's the jack. But an ace is there along with some spades, which will probably save New York Bob some chips. Baby Spider. Bet in 25. $200 in the pot. Looks like he's going to bet half pot, exactly half pot. New York Bob doesn't want to let go of his jack. Let it go. Let it go. So he does reluctantly make the fold. And they will move the button, and Rock will put out another 5. So now there's $60 in the button. There's the VPIP. We're still not at the 20 hand mark, which is when you should really start paying attention to it. But you can see we have 4 players in at over 50% thus far.
I thought he already broke already.
They started double teaming. That's all I could do. I did.
So no straddle this hand. Under the gun, baby spider. He wanted to call, but realized he was under the gun, so made the fold. Champ was just the call.
No, I called up Ken with 9. It was supposed to be auto fold, but
And Commander picks. Playing very, very aggressive, as this is the 3rd time he has raised out of the straddle or the blind. First time he actually raised 200 and called an all-in with, I believe it was 4 high. This time he has the king 8 offsuit. He's going to be first to act. I think he made the big raise trying to go after that $60 on the button. Still has a shot at it though, as he will flop trips. New York Bob with a flush draw. This might get messy for someone. 129 in the pot. And looks like he's going to bet about half, $60. So just under half. New York Bob calling with the flush draw. Rock making the quick fold. As we will go to a turn. New York Bob looking for a spade. And it's a black card, but it is a club. I would imagine Commander's picks will size it up here. He has both these players with just over $400 in their stack. The pot being 250, and he's betting a pretty big bet. See if New York Bob wants to chase his flush draw. Normally not a good idea to chase him on a paired board. As you can see, the king of spades is not good for New York Bob if he hits that. And there's actually only 3 spades left in the deck. There's a 13 spades, as there are 13 of each suit. You got the ace through the king, but there's no way for the player to know which cards have been dealt out, which cards have been folded. So normally he would calculate that in, and he's finally going to make the fold, as it was a paired board. Let's see if he shows the 8. Oh, he's going to win the 60. He'll have to put out another $5 to begin the small blind game again. So Valley Poker Open going on right now. There was 29 different flights, and the flights during the week a little bit slower, a little bit smaller, but actually it's kind of been like either like a sit and go or a shootout, where if you win your table, you win your way into day number 2. So the flights during the week haven't been huge, but they're only going to get larger as we get closer to day 2. So they started a flight at 5 o'clock. There will be 2 flights tomorrow. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there will be 3 flights. One at 12, one at 5, and then there's a turbo at 9:15. Queen Jack, been seeing that hand a lot. And Keller's going to be raising with it to 15. And Chow will make the call. Chubs with the 9-8 might put out the 3-bet and does just that. Looks like he makes it 50. 5-0. Baby Spider with the ace-jack doesn't want to play out of position. Does not want to play out of position. That is why he made the fold there. Keller with the suited queen-jack. He's not going anywhere. And let's see if that's going to bring along Chow. Chow actually has the best hand right now. He doesn't know that, and of course he doesn't like his kicker. Has the ace-3, also known as the Baskin-Robbins. That's a 3 and a 1, 31 flavors. And Chow does make the call. There was an ace already fold. You saw Baby Spider fold an ace, so that's actually going to give the largest equity right now to Keller, and he hits a jack. I think they're going to check in flow to Chubs. And no, Keller's not a checker. Saw Keller lead in a similar spot when the board was queen 8-8 and he had a queen. He did the donk bet, and he does the donk bet again. And the donk bet will work.
You're gonna win. You have queen 10.
Donk short for donkey, as some players don't feel like it is the optimal play. Essentially, when somebody raises pre-flop and you call them out of position, you're supposed to check to the pre-flop aggressor. If you don't check to the pre-flop aggressor and lead out, that is considered a donk bet. And that's what Keller did right there.
You put last week's stream, right? Last week's stream.
Oh, yeah, he wants the Astros still.
So we can watch Jordan's 2-4.
So Jack 10 for Rigo. He will be raising it up to 15. He's back right next door to get a smoothie. GPI. And Chubb's going to be making the call. Like I said, Chubb's plan was to have a higher VPIP at the end of the night of Smiley. Smiley played for about 2 hours last week, had a VPIP of over 75%. And Chubb said he's going to try to beat that.
I got it back up to 2K.
9 high flop with 2 spades. Rigo flopping a gut shot with 2 overcards. And Keller with the unique check there, as Chubbs needs a 6 for a straight. So he will put out a bet. I don't think Rigo's going to fold. Keller will probably let go his ace. And Rigo has 2 overcards, plus he needs an 8 for a straight. He also has backdoor spades. There's a 6 for Chubs. Easy game. And if Chubs bet when he had nothing, he's going to bet when he has something. And it's going to be a $60 bet. I'm not sure if Rigo's going to be able to call. And I'm not sure why Rigo's wearing a New York Mets hat. So Rigo does make the fold. And Chubs will pick up the pot. Hand number 18 here on this Wednesday night, the final day of July. We're July 31st in the year 2024.
Are we trying to watch our stream or the one last
So
week?
now with
Last
my
week.
opportunity,
Oh, it's on the 2.5. You have to go to the DCH Live.
if it presents itself.
The 1-3
So they will add $5 to the button as part of the small blind game. And we will continue on here as Under the Gun will be on Chow, but I don't think Chow is at his seat.
It's really weird. I don't know why they do that.
I don't think it's inside DCH Live. I think it's just DCH Live. Yeah, that one. It's on that channel.
So 8-6 of diamonds for Champ just makes the call. Ace-9 of Commander's picks. He's going to be making it 30.
Sharing the same day with another club.
New York Bob with the Jack 10 wants to call in position and will. Baby Spider not in his seat. I think that's why Bob called. If Baby Spider was at his seat, I think he would have folded, but he knows he's essentially going to have the button here, as he will be last to act on all the streets of betting.
Hey, right there.
So heads up we go, $67 in the pot. Ace high versus Jack high, and the board will be King high, 2 hearts. New York Bob with 1 heart. Commander's Picks put out the C bet of 35, an immediate fold from New York Bob. So far, there's your biggest winner of the night, all the way to the left. And then all the way to the right, we got the opposite, as New York Bob is down over $600.
Makes it easier for me. Don't say nothing.
So Chow is away from his seat, and he is the big blind. This is a unique rule on the stream, as your blind does get posted. It's essentially like a tournament where if you're at your seat or not at your seat, you're still going to get dealt in, you're still going to get blinded out. And the reason for that is because of the computer software that keeps track of all the hands, known as the action tracker. So that's why they get dealt in.
Yes. Well, his brother, the guy in the Sox cap, White Sox cap.
Both of them.
How did Oscar do that?
He won. He won like.
Jack high flop.
That looks like a game.
Chubs will check behind, and Chubs picking up an open ender here. Should be better if Rigo checks, and Rigo does check, and Rigo wants to go after that bonus. Rigo's calling to go after the bonus. Granted, he has a gut shot, but he's calling for the bonus. Oh, and he's going to make the best hand here. Let's see if he checks the king. It does go check, check. So Rigo will show the king, and Rigo will pick up the $20 or $25 bonus from the small blind, and he will add $5 to it to keep it going. As we are in hand 21. There's still basically half the table hasn't gone to showdown, and I think technically New York Bob has gone to showdown, as he was all in. He did not show his cards. He mucked, but he did go to showdown where he had the opportunity to show his cards or muck. It was an early 3-way all-in, ace-queen versus 6-4 versus ace-10. Keller turned in the ace to take the pot, and New York Bob folding. So New York Bob actually did go down to showdown. He just did not show his cards. So these players are actually watching the stream from last week. Now the stream from last week was on the primary channel, TCH Live. The stream you're watching here is on the secondary channel. Second time I mention it. This is the secondary channel. It is Texas Card House, 3 different words. There's a very good chance you're not subscribed to this channel and you're subscribed to the other channel. TCH Live, we do have a lot of followers on that channel. This is a secondary channel, not as many followers. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button, as this is the secondary channel for all the Texas Card House locations. All right, we are 4 ways to the flop, 90 in the middle. As nobody flopping a pair here.
Straddle.
So Baby Spider and Chow now back at their seats. I think they went outside for a smoke break. And everybody check in to Rigo. Rigo figures nobody has anything, and he's right, as his ace high is not only the best hand, it looks like it's going to win the hand.
Now we have to check the replay because you pulled it out on the inside. Let's check the replay.
All right, so we can see Sam.
Showing the threshold.
Sam has been playing a lot on the 2-5. He's plays here on Friday nights. Of course, we're Wednesday night. He also was playing one of the flights for the Valley Poker Open, and he advanced to day number 2. So he does want the updates. I will let the floor know about the updates, and I'm sure they will get posted up somewhere.
Or you know, I'll get up. Yeah, I bet you would.
Oh, Commander picks with the Kings. Keller with the Queen 10 of Hearts. Will be making the call. And Champ with the Ace. Ace 3 suited. I think Chubs is coming along too.
I'll be back.
And Rock with the suited Queen making the call. So we're going 5 ways to the flop here. The Kings does not like this as it's 5 ways to a flop. And Keller's going to be flopping huge as he flops top pair with a flush draw. You can see he's actually favored to win right now if all 3 hands stay into showdown. Chubs flopping a gut shot. This is a very wet board, and we'll see if Commander Picks just calls, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that as he is raising with his Kings. And Keller's not going anywhere. The only question is, will Keller put in the 3-bet? So Keller knows that his 10 might not be good as Commander's Picks putting in a big raise here on the flop. But like I said, Keller's not going anywhere, and he's going to be putting all his chips in the middle here. Commander's Picks does have the King of Hearts. I don't see the Kings folding here. Very, very strong moves as Chubs led, Commander's Picks raised, and the 3-bet coming from Keller. And like I said, he's not getting away from the Kings. He's going with it. And Keller calls right away looking for a Queen, a 10, or a heart. Looks like they're just going once, and there's the heart, but he does have the King. And no, Keller with the Queen high flush, picking up the win. And Commander's Picks did not like the turn, because if his opponent had ace 10, the ace got there, and if his opponent had a flush draw, the flush got there. All right, there's the pre-flop raises. You can see Baby Spider has been the most active, putting in a lot of raises. He's up at 30%. Rock has not been the pre-flop raiser once. He's called pre-flop raises. He just not has been the pre-flop raiser. So it looks like Commander's Picks will lose a second buy-in on hand 23 here. And I believe we have a dealer change here. You can see the headphones on the table, and a new dealer is coming in. And while they change out dealers, we will remind you about the Valley Poker Open.
Into 25,000 playing poker, Texas Card House is proud to present the $100,000 Guaranteed Valley Poker Open from July 25th to August 5th. $200 buy-in. Day 2 on August 5th with the final table streamed worldwide. For more details, visit texascardhouse.com.
That's right, that's going on right now, and you can see we have the dealer change here. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's going to be Ash Cash because it looks like we have some manicured nails there. The French tips. Hey, speaking about French, Olympics going on in Paris. And Commander's Picks with his 3rd buy-in of the night. He's no quitter. And he's coming in for a lot. It is a match stack game. He's coming in for 1,000. One rack of red, which is 500. One stack of green, and it is Ashley in the box as Baby Spider with the 9 high, making it $20. And it's going to be a raise and take. All right, so we got at least 20 hands in. This is the aggressive frequency, and you can see Baby Spider just raised with the 9 high, so he is aggressive. And on the surprising side, seat 9 there is number 2. Commander's Picks, El Comandante. Second highest aggression factor so far, and he is in for his 3rd buy-in. Sometimes the aggression works out, sometimes it doesn't. More often than not, it works out, though, more often than not. 9-10 suited for Keller. It's a pretty hand, and he agrees as he will put out the $3. Champ with better spades, and he's going to be raising to 15. Chubs just does not want to fold his button. He's calling with the 9 high. Rock with King 10. And Commander's Picks with the 4 is the best hand right now, as Rock has Keller dominated and Keller has Chubs dominated, and Champ has Keller's spades dominated. And the ace comes right on the flop. $75 in the middle. I think Champ's going to put out about 40 bucks. Not 30. Somewhere between 30 and 40. It's like 30.
I've been checking my head forever.
35, somewhere between 30 and 40. At first I thought 40, then I changed my mind to 30 and wound up being 35, and nobody really has anything to call him with, so Keller should be folding here after he takes his bite of the Snickers. So Keller, he hit the high hand earlier for over $1,000 here at the Texas Card House, but he's not going to be calling with the 10 high, and Champ will take down this spot. So Valley Poker Open going on right now. Tomorrow, the 1st of the month, there will be 2 flights, one at 12 and one at 5. Flight day 1 O and day 1 P as in Paul. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend, there will be 3 flights every day. One at 12, one at 5, and then a turbo at 9:15. And then day 2 will be Monday afternoon. Day 2 does start at 6 p.m. on Monday. There is still one final flight on Monday. There's a 12 noon turbo. Commander Picks. Looks like he's going to play this hand. He does have the extra incentive with the $20 there on the button as part of the small blind game. Oh, I'm not sure what happened here. Is everybody just called the 10? Oh, so something on the card reader not reading properly. Chubs, the 3rd time he's had ace-queen. He's won with it the previous 2 times. He's going all in for 200. I think he lost the bigger pot earlier. I know he was in for 300 and he was up. I don't know which pot he lost, but he has 197 according to the graphic, but those chips look more like 167. One stack's 100, the other stack's probably about 35 or 40, and then the whites are probably about 15. So he has 160 there in front of him at the most. I think maybe the $10 was also pulled in the middle, and nobody's going to be calling here. Nice hand. So let's pull up the poker atlas and see how many tables are going on here at the Texas Card House. I am here at the Texas Card House for Grand Valley. I'm just essentially locked away in a back room as I am away from the action. But there is 2 tables, 2 1-3 cash game non-stream tables with this 3rd stream table going on, and we have 3 people waiting for a seat in this game. And then the Valley Poker Open, they have 1 table set up for that, as there's currently 6 players in there. Like I said, the flights here during the week has been about 1 table, but I do not foresee that continuing on, as this weekend's the last chance to make day 2. So the flights are only going to get bigger, and some people like to play the big flights. Some people like to play these smaller flights, which are essentially like a either a shootout or a sit and go. They're basically a 1-table tournament, and if you win that tournament, then you win your way into day number 2. Baby Spider with the queen high puts out the continuation bet, and Commander's picks. Thinks the Baby Spider doesn't have that strong of a hand, and he's right. I think Baby Spider's gonna fold here. Trying to get a read on his opponent, but he does make the fold. As the button will not be on New York Bob, so he will, I believe, add the $5 to the button. I don't think he's at his seat, but I still think he adds it.
He sees them on the line. He's gonna be calling me in the middle of it.
No straddle, and they did put the 5 on the button for New York Bob, and Baby Spider going to clean it up. So it looks like there's 35 on the button there. And action will be on Rigo. Ace Rag making the call. Chubs with the 9-3. Trying to get that VPIP in at over 75. And surprisingly, Baby Spider folds. Thought he might go after that $35. Very surprising there, as it was only $2 for him to make the call. $2 for a chance to win 35.
You're getting a bench shit last week about it.
So Rigo flopping the ace. There's only $13 in the pot, as this was a 4-way limped pot. And Chow with the 8 will bet just over pot size, $15 into $13. Rigo will make the call, and we'll go heads up to a turn, as action will be on Rigo. I think Rigo's just going to check again. Doesn't like his kicker, and it does go check, check. Chowder looking for a queen or an 8. Does not hit it. And let's see if Rigo puts out a bet. No, Rigo will check, and he will show Chow the ace. The ace. As in Spanish. New York Bob back in his seat. Baby Spider adding $5 to the button as part of the small blind game. And this is the raise first in, as Rock is still at 0%, has not been the first one to raise in a hand yet.
What I really want is the chicken sandwich from Wings.
Oh, they're good? I had the buffalo sandwich from here, from Walk-Ons.
So action will be on Chow under the gun. UTG. You can see that's what the UTG means right above his His stack is there for 33. UTG +2, meaning under the gun +2. LG for Rock, the low jack. Then you have New York Bob. CO, that's going to be cutoff. And New York Bob going to be calling from the cutoff. And Baby Spider should pop up BT, I think, button. No, BTN button. Keller, small blind, SB. And Rigo, big blind, BB. That's what those letters are, if you were not aware.
I work proudly.
All of them with letters with the exception of Chubs, +2. Under the gun +2. UTG +2. King high flop, as it is a all face cards. Bob flopping a pretty big hand here, top pair with a straight draw. And he's going to hit that straight right away. That's going to give Chow 2 pair. Chubs with the straight as well. Let's see if New York Bob just calls here. There are 2 hearts on the board. This is going to be a chop pot if New York Bob comes along. Chowder might call with his 2 pair. This might bring Chow along. And looks like it is. So Chow looking for a king or a 9 to fill up, a 10 to chop the pot. And the river will be an ace. So neither Chubs or New York Bob worried about the ace-10 as they have the same straight now. Chow will make the fold. New York Bob and Chubs will chop it up. I wonder if Chow is his last name there in seat 5.
Asks for a box of condoms. A woman behind the counter says, "What size?" He says, I don't know. Just come into the back room. Goes into the back room, pants down, gives him a few yanks.
There is no seat open on the stream, but you can get on the list. There might be a seat open later, but there is currently not a seat open. Of course, you can get on the list if you would like to play on the stream. The easiest way is through Poker Atlas. The Poker Atlas app, there is an option where you can sign up for this game, as we do have a stream on Friday as well. The stream on Friday is 2-5. The other option is to give us a call here at the Texas Card, or you could visit any of our social media accounts. tch.rgv. tch.rgv on Facebook and Instagram. Big $25 raise here from Commander's Picks, and Baby Spider is not giving up his button. No, he's in the cutoff. I thought he was on the button. Keller with the suited king makes the fold. Rigo has, looks like about $45 bonus there. Rigo should actually be 3-betting this. He has a really good hand, and he has the extra incentive from the small blind game. So Rigo should have probably 3-bet this, and now he's going to let in the 8-4 offsuit of Chubs by just calling. So 5 ways to the flop, over $100 in, and Chubs is going to hit 2 pair. Not to be results oriented, but this is why Rigo should have put out the 3-bet. One, he has a good hand, but also that small blind game was on. It looks like everybody's going to check, and Chubs is not going to like that turn. Although I don't think he puts anybody on an 8, considering it went check through. Chow going to take a stab at the pot, as he does have a straight draw, needs a 7 for a straight. And Chubs is going to fill up here. Let's see if Chow bluffs at it. No, Chow checks. I think Chubs is going to put out a big bet here. How much is Chubs is going to go all in? Yeah. And an immediate fold from Chow. Like I said, I think Rigo should have 3-bet there with the ace jack of diamonds. The only reason why maybe he didn't 3-bet was it was a very big open, as a Chubs limped for the $3. He's at 61%. Needs to be more than 75. But Chubs limped for $3, and Commander's picks raised it up to 25, which is a really big raise in this game. So maybe that kind of threw Rigo off a little bit and got him to only call with the ace jack suited out of the small blind. It'll be a $6 straddle for Chubs, so that's going to help his VPIP, as any straddles count towards your VPIP. Rock calling with the 7-6 hasn't had much to work with. I think that's more of a frustration call. And Baby Spider sees that, as he's going to make it 26. Doesn't think Rock is very strong. And he's going to take the 10-5 and raise it up. Chubs doesn't want to play out of position, and Rock just wants to play a hand. So somehow the 10 high in front right now, as we will go heads up to a flop of Queen 3-3. Rock will check. Baby Spider will put out another. He's going to put out 25. Oh, he puts out 20. And an immediate fold from Rock. So we do have a flight. It is flight day 1N. N is in Nancy. That started at 5 p.m. for the Valley Poker Open. $200 entry, 25K start and stack, 25,000 guaranteed for first, $100,000 prize pool. $100,000 prize pool. Final table will be streamed on Monday. King Jack of Hearts for Baby Spider, as there is a $10 straddle, and he will 3x that. Keller also with the King Jack, but he is not suited. Chow on the button. Oh, Chow with the aces. Chow starting out with 300. I like maybe at least 100 here. At least 100. Oh, he just says all in. So Chow wanted to 3-bet, couldn't figure out what the sizing was, and said, let's just go all in. I don't think Baby Spider's going to call off here, and I don't think Keller is as well. So Chow, I don't know if that's his last name or first name. Mr. Chow. Keller really doesn't want to let go of this King Jack, but finally does. So let's see if Chow shows. No, he's not going to full choke.
Really?
There's the VPIP. So Chubs in at 57%. You can see everybody is in at least 35%. This VPIP is off the charts. The lowest VPIP at the table is 35%. I've watched streams from other card rooms, and the highest VPIP will be 35%. Here, it's the lowest VPIP. So it looks like they just put another wrinkle on the small blind game. Small blind game's still on. The only difference is you do have to show your hand to collect the bonus. So small blind game still in effect, but if you do collect the bonus, you have to show your hand. So Keller gonna be limping, as limping is pimping. Chubs with the 7-6 will put out the 3-bet. Keep in mind, He does have that small blind bonus. It looks like it's about $50 now. Commander's picks with the 8s. He was the straddler, and he has been very aggressive with his straddle as he 3-bet it before with 4 high, went all in with ace 10, and this time just makes the call with 8s, and that should bring along Keller here. No, he folds. So Chubs with the 2 undercards, but he's definitely going to represent some high cards. And Keller would have flopped top 2 pair. Like I'm saying, I'm kind of surprised that he folded. Commander's picks. I think he's going to call at least 1 bet here, as he's really only worried about the queen here. Let's see how Chubs proceeds. If a spade comes, he's going to fire again. No spade, but it is another overcard to the pocket 8s, and he's finally going to give up on it. And Keller is going to be mad that he folded the queen 9. Chubs going after the small blind bonus, does not get it. We'll add $5 to the button. There's the raise first in. Rock still has not been the first one to raise. He's in at 0%. So right now, this is July 31st. We do have day 1 in. So there were 29 flights. Over half of them have already been played. Then tomorrow, Thursday, there will be a flight. Thursday, August the 1st, there'll be a flight at 12. There'll be a flight at 5 p.m. Then on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there are 3 flights each day. 1 at 12, 1 at 5, and then a turbo at 9:15. And if you still haven't made day 2, you will have one last-ditch effort on Monday, August the 5th, a 12 noon turbo flight. From there, all the players will come back at 6 p.m. and play down for the $25,000 first place guaranteed prize money. Ace Queen for Rigo. Just calling the raise of New York Bob here. And that's going to bring Chubs along with the 3s. Rock going after the small blind bonus. And Commander's picks might. No, I was going to say he might put out a squeeze play. He's tried it twice already. It hasn't worked both times. So he's like, you know what? I don't think it's going to work this time either. And I don't think it would have worked either. I think Rigo would have called with the ace queen of spades. And there's an ace right on the flop for Rigo. New York Bob also hitting the ace. He was the initial raiser. He's probably going to put out about 125 is my prediction. No, he's going to put out 75. So just under half pot here. Rigo's not going anywhere, as he does have top pair with a queen kicker. Also has a backdoor flush draw, and he might just get it all in here. Yeah, looks like he's putting in a min raise. So raising it exactly 100. And this is going to put New York Bob in a very awkward spot, as New York Bob is pretty much going to have to commit the rest of his chips here if he wants to continue on with the hand. New York Bob has started the hand with 350. So if he puts out another 100 here, that'll take the pot to 550, leaving him with 250 in his stack. You can see New York Bob with only 1 out, as 2 players have folded 10s. So New York Bob just has 1 out, and he's going to be making a good fold here, as he knew if he called off the 100, it pretty much pot committed him. And Rigo will show New York Bob that he made a good fold. Not sure I would have showed in that particular spot, but let us know in the comments if you think that it's good to show your cards like Rigo did, or just never show them. We have a $10 under the gun straddle from Baby Spider. Some people like to show their cards. Some people will never show their cards, and some people will show them every once in a while.
Tables constantly changing from players just busting new players.
In general, me myself, I don't like to show, but there are situations where I think it's good to show your cards. As there's a $10 under the gun straddle. Chubs with the 5-3, just going to be making the call, trying to get his VPIP up to 75. And two players with King 6. Baby Spider will check his option as the straddler. Ace 8. I think Chubs will bet at this pot, but it is Baby Spider that takes the lead. And Chubs has a plan here. So Chubs, I think, looking for another big card to represent it. These players have played a lot of hands against each other. And Chubs is going to put out a bluff here. And this isn't going to work. And right as I say this isn't going to work, Baby Spider makes the fold. So obviously Chubs knows his customer better than me. And there it is. He shows it. You see, here, I like. So the previous hand with Rigo, I don't think he should have showed. This hand with Chubs, he did show, and I think that was the right call, the right play. But Chubs and Baby Spider have a ton of history with each other. And Chubs with the right read there, he knew that Baby Spider would fold to a small bet on the river. In a weird way, I think if Chubs would have bet more, Baby Spider might have called.
But I didn't realize at first, but I found out you can back it up while it's still live. Yeah, you can. I didn't realize.
There is a $10 button straddle from seat 9 there. There's $10 in front of the button. The $10 on top of the button, if you're just joining us, is part of the small blind game. And Baby Spider just got bluffed last spot. I don't think that's why he's raising here. He does have a good hand, you can see. He has ace-10 suited. As Champ with the queen-jack suited makes the call. And Commander's picks also calling with the suited queen. So we got clubs, hearts, and diamonds as we go 3 ways to a flop of $121. And it's going to come all diamonds as Champ flops a flush. He also has a redraw to a straight flush. All right, no more redraw. So Champ should be putting money in this pot as it did go check around. So Baby Spider, even though he has top pair, he checks it twice. And let's see how much Champ bets here. Looks like a pretty good size in here. He's betting at least half pot. Yeah, he bets 75. Let's see if Baby Spider is able to make the good fold here. And no, he makes the call. He does have top pair. 3 comes on the river. Baby Spider might call a reasonable bet. I think he's going to check again. And Champ should put out a small bet. Champ will get called $100. I think Baby Spider will call $100. Oh, no. Champ checks back. Once Champ checked back, I think Baby Spider thought he was good. But last week, Champ played a flush the exact same way, and it wound up being the proper way as he flopped the king-high flush, and his opponent flopped an ace-high flush. He bet all away, and his opponent was trapping. They were actually trapping each other, but Champ didn't know that he had the worst flush. They both flopped a flush. Champ bets it all away. The river pairs. The ace-high flush checks, and Champ checks behind, saving himself a lot of chips as he thought his opponent had a set. And he was wrong. His opponent did not have a set, but he did have the ace-high flush. So that happened to Champ last week. Same thing happens here where the board pairs again, and he didn't want to risk it. So he just checked back. Chubs with the ace-jack of diamonds, making it 15. 10-4. Baby Spider's calling, going after the small blind game. There is $80 on top of that button. There's $80 on top of that button, so he's coming after it, and he's in bad shape here as Rigo has the Jack-10. He has him dominated. And it's going to come all spades. Nobody with a spade, but this could be a board that Baby Spider is able to take away. I think he's going to bet here. No, he checks again. All right, big bet on the river? No. So Rigo going to be... Rigo with the jack, but that's not good as Chubs has him out-kicked. I thought Baby Spider was going to go after that. It might have worked.
All right, guys. Let the small blind win.
So it looks like now Baby Spider adding $5 to it. So small blind game up to like 75, I think.
We're blaming on German, right? That's why we have a gun?
Maybe that's German's fault, man. I think we would have taken off that day if we wasn't so dangerous.
So no straddle this hand, as action will be on Chow. And right as I said that, Baby Spider puts out a $10 button straddle. The chips in the front are the straddle, the chips on the top are the small blind game. And it looks like it's either 85 or 110 on the button. Keller folds immediately. So the small blind game will continue as Chubs with the king-queen making it 30. New York Bob, action is on him as he takes a drink of his water. Not sure if he knows the action's on him. Baby Spider letting him know. And let's see what Baby Spider has. Yeah, Baby Spider's calling here. Does have position. These players do have a lot of history against each other. And it's going to come ace 9-5. Chubs puts out the C bet, but Baby Spider flopping middle pair should be making the call. And what's better than calling? Raising. So Baby Spider puts out the raise, and I think it's going to be an immediate fold from Chubs. No. This is that history I was talking about. Chubs putting out the C bet. He thinks that Baby Spider thinks that he's C betting with air. Baby Spider's actually right here. No, Chubs does make the fold. I think if Chubs was deeper, Chubs might have gotten jiggy with it, but instead he would just make the fold.
Against who? Against David? I think he was on the small line too. So the small line game was on that. Yeah, these three.
So Keller will add $5 to the button. And you can see the raise first in. Rock still hasn't raised first in. I know he played on one of the streams last week, and he was pretty much card dead that time, and it seems like that is carried over as he really hasn't caught any premium hands tonight. 7 deuce for Champ, worst hand in poker, and it'll go into muck. Chubs making the raise with the queen 9 of hearts, and Rock gonna walk it off. 10-3 of diamonds for Keller. Does have the power of the button. Rigo with the queen 6. Not a great hand, he knows that, but there is the small blind bonus, which is why he's calling. Chow folding. So Chow will be eligible for the bonus next hand if Rigo does not win this hand. And it's going to come 5, 6, 7. Nobody with an 8, nobody with a 4. And it's Rigo who does have a pair. Keller's going to bluff. Keller needs a 4 for a straight. He also has backdoor diamonds, but this is a bluff here. And Rigo's not letting go, as 1, he has the best hand, but 2, he has the bonus available on the button. And Chubs has plans. I thought maybe if Chubs was suited with either the spades, clubs, or diamonds, he would float here, but he has the plan either way. And Keller, bet with nothing. Now he hits top pair. I think he's going to bet big here, at least 100. Looks like a 125 bet, and that'll do it. So now Rigo will put $5 on the button there, and Chow will be eligible for that. You can see Keller in C3. He's your big winner tonight. He's winning over $1,000 thus far. He also hit the high hand earlier here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley for over $1,000. So everything going Keller's way today. Champ, your second biggest winner, doubled up I think the third hand maybe of the stream with Queen High. He had Queen Jack, nobody hit a pair, and Queen Jack was good. And then Rigo, he's also in the green, and Chow in the green. Everybody else in the negative. $6 live straddle under the gun for Chubs. That does help his VPIP, which is one of the reasons why he's doing it. Comandante just calling with the ace-6. And New York Bob also calling with the ace. Baby Spider with the jack-10. He sees these limps. He's going to pounce on it. Really just playing his position here. He sees the straddle, and then he sees two people just call the straddle, so he doesn't think they're very strong. And Rigo, the second time he has ace-jack suited, and the second time he just calls the raise. Doesn't 3-bet, just calls the raise. And that's going to bring along... I think it's going to bring along New York Bob here. He does have blackjack. Yeah, it's going to bring him along. So everybody has everybody dominated. The ace-jack dominating the ace-10 and the jack-10. So Rigo in great position here. And it's going to come king high with 2 hearts. Nobody flopping a pair. Baby Spider, your pre-flop aggressor, will continue on here. Puts Rigo in an awkward spot as he does have a player behind him. And this is going to work. So I mentioned it earlier that normally if you play a hand aggressive, it's going to work out good. Be kind of weird if this is the aggression factor. Okay, this is the VPIP. So Chubs up at 61%. I've had some of the players drop off, but still everybody in at over 30%. Everybody in at over 30% for the VPIP. So Chow will add money to the button as part of the small blind game. That is not a straddle. Action will be on rock under the gun. Really was card dead last week and continues to be card dead as we have the action on Comandante wearing the sunglasses. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. Little 80s jam. Keller calling with the suit at 9. And Rigo just calling with the ace. Second straight time he picks up an ace and just makes the call. Champ going after the $75 on the small blind. And Chubs, who knows what Chubs has? Chubs is trying to get Champ to fold. Chubs does not want Champ to win the small blind game. That's why Chubs is raising here. So Chubs knows he's going to be small blind next hand, and he sees that Champ is in the pot. So he's trying to raise Champ out of the pot. And Keller must be a fan of the 49ers because he's calling with the 9-4. And Champ's not folding. He has a suited queen. And he has $75 on the button that he's eligible for. And the flop will come 9 high, so Keller flopping 2 pair, Chow flopping top pair, and Chubs flopping open-ended. Chubs has a monster here. He has an open-ended straight flush draw. So Chubs, your pre-flop aggressor, is going with this hand. Keller's going to raise him here. I think this is going to save Chow some chips, and Chubs is not going anywhere. He has a straight flush draw, open-ended straight flush draw. A 7 or a deuce will make him a straight, and any heart will make him a flush. So he's going nowhere, and Keller's raise is going to save Chow, but Chubs is putting all his chips in the middle, and he is picking up chips ready to rebuy. So I think they're just going to go once. You can see all the outs that Chubs has on top. 11 outs. That's not one of them. And that's not one of them. So Keller with the 9-4 of spades. Thought it was a little questionable call pre-flop, but I mentioned it earlier. Everything going Keller's way today. As before this hand, he was up over $1,000 for the stream. He won over $1,000 earlier when he hit the high hand, and he will win this hand for over $500. So Rock has not gone to showdown, and I think Champ needs to add 5 to the button. There it is. And there is a $10 under the gun straddle. So action will be on seat 1, New York Bob. And yes, he is from New York. He was born and raised in New York, Long Island to be exact. Real huge fan of the Islanders. And he's going to be raising it up with the ace-jack. Applejacks, breakfast of champions. And Chubs had an $80 bonus, but he does fold to the big raise here. It's actually not that big of a raise considering there was a $10 straddle. And it's going to be a raise and take, only the second time tonight that we haven't seen a flop. So the pre-flop raising. So Chow in seat 5, he has played the stream before, but he hasn't played the small blind game. And I think he just realized what's going on with the small blind game, because he keeps seeing players add to it, and he finally figured out the bonus. So it's going to be very interesting if it makes it around to Chowder where he's the small blind, how aggressive he's going to be now knowing that he's eligible for that bonus if he's in the small blind. Brock coming along in the small blind. Keller, your initial raiser with the ace-jack. I think the actual nickname is Ajax. It's not Applejacks. Or it can be Applejacks. And Keller hits the ace right away, but it's New York Bob betting with his flush draw. So Keller making the raise. I think New York Bob is just going to go with this hand. He has less than 300 in his stack. You can see once this raise is pulled in, it's going to take the pot to over 300. So I think Bob's just going to go with this hand. New York Bob.
Yeah, Chris, he back 450.
And like I said, I thought he was just going to go with it, but I don't think he's folding to a turn bet. As you can see, there's $425 and he has 150 left. Board does pair. That might be the one card that makes him fold. Nope. Like I said, I thought he was going to go with it. I just thought he would go all in, but made the call, was hoping he would get to see it for free. But Keller does put him all in. And Bob only has 4 outs. There's only 4 hearts left in the deck. And it's going to be a full house for Keller. And the rich get richer. So Keller of K3 Construction building stacks tonight. So New York Bob, I was gonna say I don't think he's out, but I think he's out because he's no longer on the scroll there. So I know there were some people waiting for a seat on the stream. I know we have a wait list. Looks like David T. No, that's Friday's list. Oh, we don't have a list for this game. So it looks like we have a seat open on the stream. Somebody was asking earlier. Looks like there's a seat open. As Chow taking the 8-7 of clubs, making it 15. I like it. Champ also calling with the suited connectors. Baby Spider's going to put out the 3-bet. Is it 75 or 60? No, it looks like 70. Comandante Commander's picks might come along here as there is at least $85 on the button, maybe 110. And Chowder really likes his hand. He was the initial raiser, and he's not letting go of his 7-8 of clubs. It is a pretty hand. I cannot deny that. And like I said, normally this is a fold from the ace deuce, but he might go after the bonus. He does not. So heads up we go. Chow does not want to hit an 8 or a 7, as it's going to come queen, queen, deuce. Baby Spider's going to put out a small C-bet here. No. Checking. Chowder does not fall into the trap. 10 coming on the turn. Baby Spider should put money in now. Like 60? It's 60. I thought he was going to bet 60 on the flop. The delayed C-bet. And now Baby Spider's going to be the small blind. And that button's going to have $5 more on there. If it's not $100 yet, it's very close to $100 on top of that button. There's the extra $5 added. And you can see Keller there in C3 with all the chips. Building towers tonight. Chubs reloading. You can see him there in seat 7 with all the green chips. Flopped an open-ended straight flush draw and missed everything. Didn't even hit a pair. Baby Spider's range is going to be pretty big here. He's not folding for 15. I don't know what his cards are, but he's definitely calling. Whatever he has, he's definitely calling, as he has that huge bonus he's eligible for. He's got suited cards. Keller should put out a 3-bet here. He does announce raise. And he might make it big just because of Baby Spider. And no, he makes it small. Almost the min raise here. Goes from 15 to 50. No, goes from 15 to 40. So super small raise coming from Keller here. It's going to clear out nobody. I really don't understand this raise, but Keller's the one with all the chips in front of him. So whatever he's done tonight, it's worked out thus far. This is not going to get rid of Baby Spider, as we're going to go 3 ways to the flop. It looks like somebody's taking seat 1 there. And it's going to come Jack high. So pocket 5 still out in front. Let's see if Keller continues on his aggression. Jack 9-6, 2 diamonds. And looks like Keller's going to take a stab at it. Nope. The air check. Board pairing 9s. Does Baby Spider see this as an opportunity to bluff? Yes, he does. He's going to put out $80. Remember, they did change the rule. You have to show your hand if you want to win the small blind game. So he's making a move here, but he's going to have to show if he wants to earn the bonus. Let's see if Keller figures it out here. No. Does Champ let him have the bonus? Yes, he does, and he's going to show the 8 deuce. He needs to show it if he wants the bonus. He needs to show it. There he goes. He shows it to get the bonus. The bonus was about $100. So the button will go to seat number 2, and he will add $5 on. Well, he'll take the bonus off and then add the $5. So nice hand. I know somebody did claim seat 1, but they are buying more chips at the cage. The normal 1-3 game here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, it is a $100 minimum. $100 minimum. It is a match stack. But this is a stream game, so it is a larger buy-in. It is a $300 minimum buy-in. And it looks like we got John in seat 1. So normally any 1-3 game here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley, the minimum to play is going to be $100. The stream game is $300. The normal is going to be between $100 and $1,000 buy-in. The stream game is going to be a $300 match stack game. There's the aggression factor, and you can see John just sitting down. He hasn't seen a hand, so he's at 0%. Chow with the 4 deuce of hearts. Likes the suited connectors. He played the 8-7 last time to a 3-bet. There's the 8-7 again. And the 8-7 going to be raised again. So different players, same result. And John, whose full name I believe is Jonathan. He does look familiar. I think I've played with him before. So 2 players with suited connectors. One of them 8 high, the other one 4 high. And we're going to a heads-up flop of $67 in the pot. And the 4 of Chowder is going to flop a pair as he will check to Commander. Commander with a big bet here of $54. Let's see how much Chow has in his stack. So Chow flopping a pair with a backdoor flush draw. I think the bet might be too big for him to call. There was $67 in the pot, and that's what he's thinking. If this was a normal C bet, I think he's calling, but the sizing's really big, and it does have him perplexed.
Yeah, but probably wait till tomorrow. Bob jumped in.
And he's going to fold. So still time to enter tonight, today's flight of the Valley Poker Open,
Actually, I am thinking about firing.
as we will have a dealer change, and we'll let our Spanish speakers know about the Valley Poker Open.
¿Dólares en $25,000 jugando al póker? Texas Card House se enorgullece en presentar el Valley Open de $100,000 del 25 de julio al 5 de agosto. Solo $200 de inscripción. El segundo día será el 5 de agosto, con la mesa final transmitida en vivo a nivel mundial. Visita texascardhouse.com para más información.
Got the dealer change there, and forgot to mention about the bonuses for all the players playing in the Valley Poker Open. There's $1,500 available in bonus for the top 3 players with the most bags, and there's also a $1,500 bonus for the top 5 players with the most entries. Top 5 players with the most entries. So in the past, they've done a bonus for the player that has the most entries, and sometimes they would fire 30 entries, but this time it's the top 5 players.
You on the list? Get over here, brother.
Looks like it's going to go check around to Baby Spider. And Rock finally picking up a hand, as he does have the 5 here. Baby Spider betting with air, hoping nobody has an 8, hoping nobody has a 5. But you can see Rock with the 5 going to be making the call. 9 of clubs. It's a 7. So Baby Spider drawn dead. Rock leading 100. And that should do it for the hand here. This Baby Spider just... Whoa. Baby Spider does not believe he has a 5. Baby Spider's going to try to bluff him. And that's going to be an interesting card here. Now Rock's going to put out 100, and now that should do it. Yeah, Baby Spider did not like that river. He didn't think that Rock had a 5, so he was going to represent it if it was checked to him on the river. All right, these are the big winners, as Keller up almost $2,000, and Rock winning that pot is actually now in the positive. So last week Rock wasn't catching cards, but he was losing the pots that he entered. This time he's not catching cards, but he's not losing the pots that he enters. And you can see he's actually in the positive with that hand. Sometimes that's all it takes, is just one hand to get you back in the green. As we have the double straddle on. Rock winning that last hand. 1 in a row. We'll put the double straddle on. And Baby Spider going after the double straddle. Rigo once again just calling with the ace. He is going to have position. Oh, and Chowder going after the bonus. He does have a pretty hand though, king, queen of diamonds, and he knows about the small blind game. So it has been hit. I think there's about $20 extra available for him. But I did say it would be interesting to see what happens next time Chow is in the small blind. And he's going after that bonus. It looks like $15 there. Because Baby Spider wanted, he put 5, then Keller put 5, and then Rigo put 5. So there's an extra $15 available for Chow here, as Rigo is in a weird spot. He does have the best hand right now. And he does make the call. So Chow's going to have to hit, as it's basically 55-45, and Chow hits right on the flop. Top pair with a straight draw. Heart for fun. He does hit the straight with the ace, gives Rigo 2 pair. But Chow's going to win the pot, and he's going to win the $15 bonus. So very fun run out there for both players. I'm going to have to talk to Rigo after the stream to see if I can get the story on that New York Mets hat. It's a little strange. A little strange for Mets hats for it to be in South Texas. Saw some activity in the chat. Is that sarcasm, Sam? I think that's sarcasm. I've read about it. I've just never, like, experienced it. You're welcome, Sam. And to answer your question from before about the chip stacks, well, I don't know, bro. They gave me the list, but I don't... they gave me the list earlier when you asked about the chip stacks, but I can't seem to find the list, Sam. I thought I had it. All right, Baby Spider with the pocket deuces. He will be raising it up to 20. And Rigo with the 4-3 of hearts just won. I was going to say just won last time, but he actually lost. And it looks like it's going to go check all the way to the river. And Baby Spider will get the win. Rock still has not gone to showdown, as the hand that he won previously, he bet on the river and got a fold. So no straddle. The chips, and right when I say no straddle, they put out a $10 straddle under the gun.
I want to know what makes it
action.
You want the director's cut on it.
Yeah, right?
Full analyzation.
Action will be on John under the gun.
Why? I wouldn't waste your time.
10 out of clubs. I kind of like a raise here from Rigo, considering there's a straddle and nobody has opened, but Rigo will just make the call, and Champ will put out the raise. Champ with the ace-jack on the button, bumping it up to 50. Oh! King Kong. Commander's picks. Comandante with the kings. Going to be making it at least 100. But I think he's going to make it 200. How much did he start the hand with? Oh. And how much does he make it? He makes it 200. I think if Champ's suited here, he makes the call. But I think he's going to fold. He might make the call based upon Comandante going all in earlier with 4 high, but he believes him. So a nice fold by Champ there. Raise first in stat. Both Rock and John still at 0%. Chubs cleaning up the chips for the small blind game, so there's $30 on the button now that's available to the small blind as the bonus. Action will be on John in seat 1. King, queen suited. Makes it 15. Good sizing. 1-3 coming in first. $15 for this game. I like the sizing. Champ calling with the better spades. Chubs playing his button. Oh, and Rock only calling here with the ace-10. He actually should have been putting out the 3-bet there. And we are going to have Rock flopping a flush draw. Check around. Trip jacks on the board. Rock will put out the bet now. The only one I can see calling him is Chubs. And no, Chubs does not. Not based upon Chubs' hand, but based upon Chubs' position. So Rock will win the small blind game. He will collect the $30, leave 5 on, and we will take a look at the VPIP. Chubs in at 55%. So we are halfway through with the stream as we are going till 10 to just past 10 o'clock. Chubs wanted to be at least 75% tonight. He has some ground to make up. But you can see everybody in at least 33%. So 1/3 of the time, players are voluntarily putting money in the pot, as we do have an under the gun straddle. Oh, it's a big straddle. Baby Spider straddling $50 under the gun. This is a 1-3 game, ladies and gentlemen. 1-3 game. You can straddle up to half your stack. The minimum is $6. The maximum is half your stack, and it's actually going to be 45. I thought it was 50. It's 45. Must be a fan of Michael Jordan. Oh, Champ needs to put out a raise here. And it's a small raise. I don't like it. But we're going to see some blood. Keep in mind, these two players, the previous hand, one of them had ace-jack, one of them had kings. Oh, the ace-king just calls here. Wow. And Baby Spider calling with a king-jack. Baby Spider's in horrific shape. Cannot hit a king, cannot hit a jack. Baby Spider needs to hit a straight or a flush to win this hand outright. And he's going to have a board that he's able to bluff with. The only problem is Champ has jacks. Champ does have an overpair. So 9 will make both Baby Spider and Champ a straight. And Baby Spider's going to put out a bet here. Baby Spider might be getting priced in here, and in a weird way, his king's going to be live now that the ace-king folded. The ace-king and the jacks probably should have got it all in here pre-flop. The ace-king just calling out of the small blind. I think if there was more money on the button, the ace-king for sure would have played it fast. But the ace-king decided just to call the initial raise. And Baby Spider feels like he's getting priced in here. He does make the fold. And Champ showing him the jacks. So you can see the winners tonight. Keller still leading the way, followed by Champ. Now the reason why his nickname is Champ, got some more insight for you, Sam. He's actually a former boxing champion. He actually fought for the heavyweight championship twice. Once against Wilder in Alabama, which was an awesome fight. And then once in England against Anthony Joshua. Did not win either time, but gave Wilder all he could handle the first time. But he did win some other boxing belts along the way. He is retired from boxing now, but still stays around the sport as he does work at the local Parks and Recreations Department here in the city of Edinburg. He also enjoys long walks on the beach. Okay, no, that's enough. All right, it's going to be a 10-high flop with 2 clubs. Rigo flopping a pair of 6s. Will bet 20. And Chow flopping open-ended makes a call. Johns doesn't want to give up his ace-queen just yet. as the 9 comes on the turn. And Rigo going to continue on with the aggression. I don't think Chow's going to fold, but I think the ace-queen will be done with the hand. The 9's kind of a weird card for Chow because now if an 8 comes, his straight might not be good. He still has the open-ended. Does the ace-queen finally give up here? Okay, ace-queen finally gives up. And you can see the outs on top. And there's one of the outs. So flush draw gets there. Any 7 makes a straight. And it's just going to go check, check. There's an aggression factor. Baby Spider, the most aggressive, followed by Chubs. See if we have any straddles. Does not look like we have any straddles. So this weekend, if you live in South Texas, Rio Grande Valley area, or if you know of somebody, make sure you tell them about the Valley Poker Open. This is their last opportunity to qualify this weekend, as day 2, the final table, will be this Monday. Rigo with the ace-10, coming in for the raise, 15. Chowder just went in last hand, likes the suited connectors, comes in. Looks like Baby Spider's racking up, and the reason why he's racking up is he's going to play the 5 p.m. flight of the Valley Poker Open, as there is a table going on right now, and I believe, yes, Baby Spider is going to cash out of the stream table, but he's going to go to the tournament table.
Can you clock out, Spider?
So still time to register, as there is 4 hours of late registration. Baby Spider going to play in the 5 p.m. flight for today, as it is 8:30 Central Time here. So there's one more flight today, 2 flights tomorrow on Thursday, 1 at 12 and 1 at 5, and then 3 flights each on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For your chance to qualify for the Valley Poker Open, $100,000 guaranteed, $25K from first. Oh, this is an interesting hand, as Rock hits 2 pair here, and I think he's going to call him off. Yeah, not happy about it, and Chow will show him. So a lot of things beaten Rock there, as the spades got there, the straight got there, and obviously the trips beating him as well. So a lot of things beat him. Rock making a bit of a crying call there. And looks like Keller, I think Keller's going to color up. I don't think Keller's leaving us. I think he's going to color up, as he has all those red chips. He's going to convert them to either green chips or black chips. I think Keller's just coloring up there in seat 3. And we do have a seat open. I'm not sure if we have a list on this list for the stream table. Chubs coming in for the $15 raise. He has the Jack-10 and the Ace-Queen of Commander's picks, raising it up to 45. And Keller with the Jacks. This is kind of awkward. He's in the process of coloring up, and he has a hand, so let's see how he wants to proceed, as there has been a 3-bet in front of him. I don't know if he realizes this is a 3-bet pot, but looks like he's going to 4-bet it. He's going to bump it up to 150. Wow, quick fold by Comandante there. A little surprising with the ace-queen, and he does show the 2 jacks. Yeah, so Baby Spider is out, but Reuben, not sure which Reuben that is. Reuben is taking his seat in seat 2. So the small blind game back on Keller won it, and now for the second half of the stream, it has been bumped up to $10. So the small blind game started at $5 for each player once they're on the button. Now it's up to $10. We did see it get up to over $100 at least once, and it'll probably get up to at least $100 again before the end of the stream. And that's going to be Reuben Hinojosa, the bearded one, in seat 2. Chow flopping top pair, and he's going to lead out. Bets exactly half pot, $30 into 60. But Commander's picks also flopping a top pair, and he has a better kicker. Ace coming on the turn. Let's see if it freezes the action. Chow does check. And it's going to be a $50 bet. He doesn't like the ace. I don't think he's really worried about his kicker. I think he's more worried about the ace. So Chow looking for a jack or the board to pair. Oh, and it's going to be the queen. So 2 pair. And he's going to bet big. Immediate fold from Chow. So as I said, we do have a new player, Baby Spider, cashing out to enter the tournament. And we got Reuben, who I like to call the congressman, as there used to be a U.S. congressman down here in this area that was named Reuben Hinojosa. And he shares the same name. Not related to the former congressman. All right, so no more talking politics. No politics or religion at the poker table. But we can talk football. The NFL season started tomorrow. That's right, the Hall of Fame game taking place tomorrow. The Houston Texans will be taking on the Chicago Bears. Preseason football. As the Texans will play 4 preseason games along with the Bears. Everybody else will play 3 preseason games. Oh, the Kings from Champ making it 45. As John making it, raising with the 6-3. We'll get 3-bet here. 80-20 the percentage right now. And Champ flopping a king's probably going to check this just because the ace is on the board. And no, I think he's worried about a jack or a 10 coming on the turn. And John is... Ooh, he's going to float him here. John looking for a spade. Queen of spades for fun? I believe the turn is out. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah, he called a spade. The camera there, yeah. I mean, obviously he called a spade. He called to catch a spade. He caught a spade, so he went all in once he caught the spade. So they are going twice. John needs a spade.
Straight draw or flush draw?
Oh, John gets the spade. And Champ gets the boat, so it would be a chop pot. So interesting hand there. Yeah, so the NFL season, like I said, starts tomorrow if you're not aware. Tomorrow's August 1st, Hall of Fame game. Also, they do have a Houston Texan going into the Hall of Fame. The former receiver there, Andre Johnson. So pre-flop raising, Chubs will take over the lead there as Baby Spider has cashed out. So Reuben a little late to the party there in seat 2, but they will let him know about his phone there, as if you're going to use your phone, you have to step away from the table since this is a stream game. Keller with the King 10. Calling a big raise here. Calling because he's in position. Calling because he's been running good. And he will flop a gut shot as both players do not make a pair. Let's see if he does his air check again. There's the air check.
I like that, man. I like that check, dude.
You know Isaac? You know how Isaac checks?
Yeah. I like that one better.
And Comandante mimicking Keller's checking style. And now Keller changing up his checking style. And this should do it here, as ace-high going to be good, and Commander's picks betting the best hand. And Keller finally letting it go. Aggressive frequency. Baby Spider was leading it, but he did cash out to play in the tournament. Like I said, during the week, it's pretty much been a shootout, sit and go, as it's pretty much been one table. Every flight has been getting one table during the week. Now this weekend, it's going to amp up, as tomorrow there are 2 flights, one at 12, one at 5. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 flights each day. Reuben with the deuces makes it 15. Rigo with the ace deuce comes along. Chowder likes the suit of connectors. He's in. And we are going 3 ways to the flop. Deuce of hearts is still possible. And it's going to come queen high. It's John's first time playing on the stream, so they are letting him know about the small blind game once again. It is now $10 that the players are adding.
So I had a chance here, so once I move 110, he has a chance now.
So you can see Keller is really breaking it down for him. Talking with his hands as Chow will take down the pot. So just in case if you are barely joining in. All right, before we get to that, Chow in the green, Champ in the green, and Keller in the green. Everybody else in the red. But Chubs adding, well, actually cleaning up the button there, so there's $50 there, which means if the small blind wins this hand, so Rock is eligible for that bonus on this hand. If he wins the hand, he will win the bonus. If not, then the next hand, he's the button, he adds $10 to it, and the next small blind is eligible.
He was putting money on the what the hell am I doing? Interesting review.
You just kept putting the money.
So both John and Reuben, new to the table. I don't know if they played the small blind game, but the table explained it to them, and the table also mentioned in that seat 5, Chow, actually thought that that bonus was for the 7 deuce earlier, and it got a big chuckle from the table. But I think everybody understands the small blind game now, and I hope if you're listening at home that you also understand it. The 10s still in front of Rigo. Keller flopping an 8. Gonna lead here. I don't think this is gonna shake Rigo. I don't think one bet will shake him. And right as I say that, it's gonna be very interesting if Reuben calls where Keller gets the best hand to fold and the worst hand to call, but that's not the case. Keller's gonna show and Rigo's not gonna like life. So $10 being added to the button by Rock. So now there is a $60 bonus available for the small blind. So only the small blind can win that $60 this hand. Next hand, small blind doesn't win, then they'll add $10 to it, and it keeps going until the small blind wins the pot. I believe they added the extra wrinkle where you do have to show your hand if you want to collect the bonus. I believe that wrinkle is still in play. Nine, 6 of clubs for Rigo. And looks like the snacks have arrived. The snack tray. Everything is $1 on the snack tray. Pretty good deal there. Chips, candy, everything's $1. I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, and small blind game being won. I got caught up with the snacks, but Commander's picks went after that $60 with 10-6 and picked it up. Here's the VPIP. I don't think Chubs is at 70% yet. Oh, he's actually lost. He was up at 60 for a while. He's only in at 52%. John joining us on the stream for the first time, in at 25%, still respectable. And there are the players' stack sizes. Keller, 7 deuce into the muck. So the players are actually watching the stream from last week. That stream was on TCH Live. It's from our Friday game, which is on the main channel, TCH Live. A lot of people are subscribed to that channel. Not a lot of people are subscribed to this channel. This is the secondary channel. So if you are still not subscribed, this is Texas Card House, 3 separate words, secondary channel for the Texas Card House for all the locations. It looks like Chow changed his shirt, as there is a smoke shop in this plaza, and it looks like he's represented that smoke shop. Either he changed his shirt or he took off his jacket there at seat 5, but maybe he went outside and got a sponsor for the stream, as the smoke shop is in this same plaza. So another $10 added onto the button. So now that is up to $20 as the action will be on Rigo with the computer hand, the Queen 7. Statistically speaking, half the hands are better, half the hands are worse. It is right in the middle, the Queen 7. John going to be Chubs raising with the 9 deuce of spades. Reuben gives it up pretty easy, so small blind game still in effect. As we will go 4 ways to a flop, $61 in the middle. The Queen 10 of John, currently the best hand. Jack high flop, 2 spades. And Chow taking the lead. I think Chow's going to bet like 30 bucks. 31. 30. Chubs with the flush draw. He's not going anywhere. John with the gut shot. He might call since he's on the button. No, he does not. And Keller, he also has a gut shot, and he also folds. So Chubs looking for a spade. 6 of spades will be fun. Keller would have hit it straight. Like I said, he is running good tonight. He's up almost $2,000 on the stream. He won the high hand earlier at 6 o'clock for over $1,000. And Chubs will use aggression to win the pot. As Chubs did pick up a straight draw. Chubs is still down though, you can see. As we still only have 3 players in the green. I know New York Bob is not listed, but he lost the 2 buy-ins and left. And then Baby Spider, I don't think he was winning when he left. So another $10 added to the button, so that should be up to $30, I believe. As the action will be on Chow. Queen 4 into the muck. So, Playground Sports Cards. Are all these professional players? I think the opposite is true. I don't think any of these players are professional players. But this is what you're going to encounter on mostly any casino that you play at. They're going to be running either a 1-2 or a 1-3 game. That's going to be the most popular game. That's going to be the game that has the most players, a 1-2 or a 1-3 game at any casino. And that's what we're playing here. I think there might be one quote-unquote professional, but I think everybody else pretty much just playing for fun. I know Keller works at a construction company, K3 Construction. And Champ works at the local Parks and Rec. A Rock and Seat 8 works for a local packing company. Maybe that question was asked because I kind of joked that Chow went next door and maybe got a sponsor since he is wearing a shirt from the smoke shop next door, but it was more of a tongue-in-cheek comment. All right, Champ with 10-7 offsuit. Chubs, Queen 7 suited. Keller with the 10-3. Rigo's not letting it go as he does have the bonus. And Chow with the best hand makes the call out of the big blind. As Chubs is in bad shape here. But he is going to pick up a very good flop as he flops a flush draw. Rigo with top pair, he's not going anywhere. He has about a $50 bonus available on the button. And Chow needs a 10 for a straight. He doesn't want the 10 of clubs, though. And there's the club right away for Chubs. There is an overcard now, which is probably going to prevent Chubs from getting paid, as he's going to bet 55. No, he bets 80. 3 green chips. And I think everybody's done with this hand. Yeah, Chow finally lets it go. So Rigo, who did flop top pair, gets outdrawn, and he's going to have to add $10 to the button. Hopefully he cleans it up. I just kind of like the green chips to be on there. That way it's easier to count. So Rigo going to add $10. We're on a 15-minute delay, so he can't hear me, but let me just put it out there. Rigo, clean up those red chips. It should be at least 50, so put 2 greens and maybe... I don't think he's added 10 to the button yet. Chubs, under the gun with the $6 straddle. And Rock coming in with the queen 10. Commander's picks Comandante with the ace 10, blackjack. And he is going to race to 30. And looks like Rigo added 10 to the button, because it looks like there's 70 on there now. Once again, it would be easier to count if there was green chips on there. Chubs calling with the 5-6. Doesn't want to let his straddle go. Did somebody have queen 10? Oh, Rock flopping a straight. And let's see what he does here, as this pot's almost $100. $50 bet from Commander's Picks. Does Rock just call here? Really has nothing to be worried about. And he does just that. 10 coming on the turn. I think that's going to kill some action, as Rock still has the straight. But Commander's Pick is worried about the straight now. The board pairing on the river. Rock is going to go for value here, putting out $100. And Commander's Pick's thinking about making a hero call here. Just has ace high. I think he's going to fold.
I can see where this is going.
Bingo card. Bingo card. Bing, bing, bing.
The king beating him.
For the old goodie.
That's a good shot.
The old goodie.
Back door.
Oh, wait, did he have a straight too?
I'm going to say, what did David call? Yeah, so I call.
Wait, he had the straight too. I thought he just had ace high.
Here it goes, guys.
Wow.
Here it goes.
In that case, that was a tight fold.
Probably gives him something.
I kind of misread the hand there. I apologize. I'm sure some of you were saying, he has a straight.
David's betting, but he gets off the hand. It's that other guy.
So I don't know if Chow cleaned up the button there, as he needs to add $10. We do have an under the gun straddle from Rock. $6 to come in. 136. Straddle's not mandatory, but straddle is on this hand.
Man, that would have given me 2 pairs, George. If I would have called it, I had 7-6 of hearts, but I folded a $75.
Keller with the suited queen. Just going to make the call. These players are very interested in last week's stream, but it is available anytime on YouTube. The stream from last week on Friday was on TCH Live. This stream is on Texas Card House, and Rock with the aces. Straddle to $6. And let's see if Chubs is able to get away. And no, he's not going to be able to get away because Keller's calling here with the suited queen. And Chubs is going to be getting the right price to come in here with the ace-jack suited. So I think he's going to call. And we're going to go three ways to the flop of exactly $111. 111 in the middle. It's going to be all diamonds. I think nobody has a diamond. Keller does flop a 5. Let's see if he gets sticky. He might get sticky here. No. He checked to see if he had diamonds. Did not have diamonds. Made the immediate fold. And Rock will show the aces.
Yeah, we were drinking shot after shot after shot. We drank a lot of shots.
And beers,
Oh, and we had beers too. Yeah, Josh was on the table, so imagine. He's fucking pouring a shot every...
Yeah, you are right, Fletcher. He did have a straight. Like I said, I didn't see it right away. So $10 added to the button. I think that's up to $80 now. It looks like there's 3 green chips on the bottom, 1 red chip on top. Champ finally cleaning it up. And action under the gun, seat 9. Ace queen for Reuben. And he makes it 15. Keller with the suited queen last hand. Suited queen this hand, makes the call again. Chow with the 3s has the best hand right now. And everybody else folding. So the 3's out in front right now. And the 3's are going to hit a 3. Nobody with a king, though. Reuben with a gut shot straight draw. Rigo with an open ender. So the 3's should be able to get more value from this hand. Going to bet 35. Ooh. He bets 20. So he really wants action here. He's giving these players a good price to call. And Reuben's going to take him up on that offer, as will Rigo. Rigo has the open ender. So ace, looking for an ace, a 9, or a 10. And there's the 9. So Rigo hits the open ender, and this might get messy as we have straight versus set. Rigo checking again, and Chow has no reason to stop. He's going to size it up to 75 this time. And does Rigo put in the check raise? I think Rigo's just going to put it all in. He has $200 left. Rigo's just going to put it all in here. No reason just to call. And he does just that. Chow makes the immediate call. The only question is, are they going to run it once or twice? Chow needs the board to pair. And the board pairs. So Rigo will have to rebuy. So Keller still out in front, Champ, and now Chow solidifying himself in the 3rd spot as the third highest win so far for the night. Rock barely above, everybody else in the red. It looks like Rigo coming in. Looks like Rigo says he has 5 on it. Oh, here we go. This is you. Largest pots tonight, you can see Keller. Normally when you win the largest pot, you're going to be one of the winners. So, new stat popping up there. It wasn't there long. Of course, you'll be able to pause it at home, rewind it. I cannot, as I'm seeing this the same time you see it. I'm in the same building, Texas Card House Live, here in Edinburg, Texas Card House RGV. I'm in the same building, but I'm in essentially a back room. And I see this as it is broadcast on a 15-minute delay. So I'm seeing this when you see this. And pocket tens here. Big bet? No, just the call. So it looks like we're going 6 ways to the flop. As an ace comes right on the flop. John with the ace-9, Keller with the ace-7. So Keller going to take a stab at this pot. Very good chance it'll be a chop pot between him and John, but he does have hearts. John's calling. Might go all in, but he's calling for sure. And then Reuben with the 4-3 will quickly fold once John makes his decision here. Oh no, John folds. Wow. So I think John knows that Keller's been running good tonight and kind of just saw a monster under the bed there. All right, up to hand 69 tonight. 69, very nice. And more chips added to the button as part of the small blind game. Action will be on Reuben under the gun. Reuben makes the quick fold. Keller with the 9-10. Chubs coming in for the raise. Doesn't think anybody has a good hand. And look at what the small blind game is doing here. It's getting a player to call with 8 deuce offsuit. Oh, John needs to size this up big. He needs to go at least 70. Only 50. It might work just because nobody really has any hands to call him with. But in general, with the $18 raise and the small blind calling, in general, you should raise it bigger here. And Comandante might just come along. He's getting a real good price, and he has the bonus on the button. And look, he's calling. He's going to call. Now he's going to fold. Okay, he folds. So size and bid on the small side, but nobody really had anything to call. There's the VPIP. Chubs in at 54%. Champ on the bottom in at 30%, but still, nice number there as everybody splashing around tonight. I think we had like 3 all-ins within the first 10 hands. It's kind of calmed down since, but still good action, as there always is here at the Texas Card House. Champ with the A7 just coming in for the limp. Chubs does the same. Rock with the 8-4 at clubs. Commander picks. And look at John in with the Queen 3, the San Francisco busboy. Going after the small blind game, going after the bonus. It's going to come queen high. I actually like a big lead here, just because of the bonus. And Champ's going to be the one that bets his 7. Rock calling with a gut shot, needs a 5. And John, I think this is the right way to play the hand without the bonus. But with that bonus there, I think it's at least $80 on that button. He should be playing this hand fast. And now it's going to be, now he's going to lead. Now it leads for 30. Kind of a small size in here. I don't think Rock's going to let him have it. Champ's gonna let him have it. Oh, Rock does let him have it. Wow, that's about $100, and he will. Yeah, that's at least $100 bonus that he's gonna win from the small blind game, and he does show the Queen 3. So the San Francisco busboy winning the bonus, as he needs to put in $10 on the button to restart it. That's the thing. You win it, but you also restart it. So I'm not sure if he knows or if the table needs to remind him, but if they are continuing on with the game, he does need to add $10 to that button. Pocket threes for Rocks just makes the limp. So both John and Reuben, they were late to the game about the small blind game, so I don't know if they're remembering to put that $10 out, or maybe they decided not to play it anymore. So Keller making the raise with the ace-9. Oh, there they go. They reminded him. There you go. King 8 deuce 2 hearts. If Keller puts out a c-bet here, it's probably going to work, as Rock just has threes. And here comes the c-bet. It's going to be like 25. Oh, it's going to be a big c-bet. There's $40 in the pot, and he's going to bet $40. So Keller will now be eligible for the bonus from the small blind game, as Reuben in seat 2 will add $10 to it. So now there's $20 on the button. And I think we're coming up on a dealer change here, as once we do have the dealer change, we will be streaming for another hour. The dealers change out every hour on the stream table. The normal tables, they change out every half hour, but on the stream tables, they do deal for an hour. They each deal 2 downs. So this is Kenny dealing right now. This is his second down, and then Ashley will come in. Ash Cash will come in and close us off. But once she sits down, we will have exactly an hour to go once she sits down on the stream. Not to say that they're not going to play after the stream. $20 raise from the Ace King. And Chow coming along. Champ with the suited king also in.
So I had aces full of threes right there. Yeah, high man.
And Chow will be,
That was the first thing they said when I showed them. Like, oh man, it's Friday.
will hit the trips. Rock puts out the c-bet with the ace king.
Is that Thursday or some Friday? Is it on Thursday? Do they have high hands on Thursday?
Does Chow put out the razors? A flush draw on the board. That's actually one of Rock's out, as he can't go runner, runner, flush. And looks like Chow will put out the race. Kind of a wet board there, even though he has the trips. There's straight draws out there. There's flush draws out there. And he does not want to mess around. He will show the 7. Don't think anybody was surprised.
You're on it today, bro. Cards are coming.
Starters on the high hands.
What?
I think that's 400.
So Keller will be adding 10 to the button. Reuben reminding him. That puts us up to $30. That the small blind will be eligible for this hand, Rigo. And if Rigo doesn't win it, then he will put in $10 next hand, and it continues. Like I said, it's kind of become a staple here for the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley here in South Texas. Some places will play the stand-up game. Some places will play the 7 deuce game. I think all the different streams have a little twist to their game, and the twist is the small blind game, is it appears what the players have settled on. I think Keller's going to cash out and maybe jump into the tournament table. Yeah, Keller is cashing out. Winning almost $2,000 on the stream tonight. Just a normal Wednesday night. Nine high flop, 2 hearts. Chubs flopping open-ended, makes the bet, gets called by 2 players, and one of those players hitting the queen as Chow won last hand, decided to play his rush, called the bet with queen high, and he hits the queen on the turn. And Chubs still has his open-ender, and John gets out of the way with his pair of 5s. Chubs misses, but is he going to bluff here? The hearts did miss, which means that Chowder might call him light. 260 in the middle. Chubs is going for it. Looks like a good bet. Keep in mind that is a queen on the turn and an ace on the river. The reader picking something up wrong. You can see the board there. And Chubs putting Chow to the test. Will Chow pass the test? Chow is trying to put it together. He thinks maybe he has the ace of hearts and missed this flush draw, but hit the ace. Exactly 420 in the pot. And it's going to work. I thought Chow was going to call the 420. All right, new dealer coming in. We will remind you once again, Valley Poker Open.
Into 25,000 playing poker, Texas Card House is proud to present the $100,000 guaranteed Valley Poker Open from July 25th to August 5th. $200 buy-in. Day 2 on August 5th with the final table streamed worldwide. For more details, visit texascardhouse.com.
So dealer change, exactly 1 hour left on tonight's stream. And as you did see, Valley Poker Open final table, 100K guaranteed final table will be streamed worldwide. And I know for a fact we've had viewers from New Zealand in the past. And it looks like they're going to change out the cards, as one of the cards is, yeah, so they'll change out the deck here. But yeah, I know we've had viewers in the past from New Zealand, from the Virgin Islands, from the Dominican Republic, and basically worldwide. As I said, we are live here on the YouTube chat. You can let us know where you're watching from tonight in the YouTube chat. They will change out the cards, as these are specially designed cards for this table. RFID. All these cards have a chip in them, and the circles in front of the players is where the reader is. So that's how we're able to see what these whole cards are. And we'll do the commercial in Spanish.
¿Dólares en $25,000 jugando al póker? Texas Card House se enorgullece en presentar el Valley Open de $100,000 del 25 de julio al 5 de agosto. Solo $200 de inscripción. El segundo día será el 5 de agosto, con la mesa final transmitida en vivo a nivel mundial. Visita texascardhouse.com para más información.
All right, so they are taking care of the deck change. I do not know if anybody's going to fill that third seat where Keller just got up, as there is still one table going for the Valley Poker Open. There was a 5 o'clock flight today. There's 4 hours of late registration, so that's going to take them to about 9:20 with the break factored in. 9:25 is when registration closes. And let's see how many entries. Yeah, so looks like they have 9 players left. 9 players left. Registration still open, but 9 players left. Like I said, during the week, it's essentially, it wasn't planned that way, but essentially it has been like a sit and go / satellite / shootout, where if you win your table, you advance to day 2. The top 8% of the field advances to day 2. The top 12% of the field cashes. So some players have cashed the $200, but they haven't made day 2. And of course, unlimited re-entries are allowed. Couple of aces going heads up. Nobody with a pair. But Chow's going to take the lead. And he's betting here because of the bonus. It looks like there's about a $60 bonus. He doesn't like the call. And both players turn a straight draw. And now Chow's going to slow down, as does Rigo. And Rigo's 8 kicker's going to play. I see no reason for Rigo to bet. He doesn't think his hand is good, though. So he might bet. The 8's going to play. Aces, it's ace, 10, 9, 8, 7. The 8 does play. And he lets the table know right away. Everybody's still eligible for the bonus. And now Chow has to put $10 on that button. So bonus still in play. Looks like it's up to $60 or $70. Nice hand. Straddle under the gun coming from Rock. Double straddle. Commander picks. 20 to go. I thought we were tuning into a 1-3 game. $20 double straddle. Rigo with the suited king. I like a raise here, but he just folds. Oh, Chow with the kings. I think the raise, yeah, the raise is way too big. The raise is way too big. It's 125. Nobody's going to be able to call. So Chow's going to win a small pot here. I think a good size raise would have been 70. Once again, this is not based upon the strength of his hand, the strength of the other player's hand. It's just based upon the $20 to come in. Normally you want to make it about 3x, which would have been 60. So I think I might have just sized it up to 70. But Chowder is one of the winners tonight, so hard to argue with what he's doing. I know him as Chowder, which is why I've called him Chowder a lot, but he just wants to go by Chow tonight. So I do apologize for calling him by the name I know him by, but he's just going by Chow tonight. Shorten it up. Seems to be working for him. So 4 ways to the flop we go, 40 in the middle. Just under an hour left for tonight's stream, as the flop will come 10 high and Chubs will stab. 2 players flopping a tray. Keep in mind, Chubs is in the small blind here. Does have the bonus to go for. Rock flopping a gut shot needs a 4-4 a straight. He also has the ace of diamonds.
Yeah, tournaments are like that for sure.
Chow also coming along. Chubs looking for a club. Chubs picks up open-ended. I think he's going to continue here. Maybe size it a little smaller just because he got called in 2 spots. He actually sizes it bigger, $100, and this should work. And I think he has to show, right? I think, yeah, there you go. So he shows, he picks up, looks like $80 on the button there. Looks like 3 greens and 1 red. So. This aggression factor? No, it's race first in. Rock's finally on the board. Rock a small winner tonight, last time I checked. Action on seat 1, John. Ace queen, I like 15. Or a limp, I guess. Chow coming along with the jack 4 and Champ also with the ace queen. Makes it 20. Rock calling with the 8s. I like a 3-bet here, and that's what he does. I was actually going to say that. I like the limp if your plan is to back raise, and that was his plan, to back raise. Champ has the same hand, but I think he's going to fold here as he has 2 players still left to act. And that's what he's going to do. We'll see if Rock lets go of his 8s. I don't think Rock is going to let go of his 8s just yet. I think the 10-7 might have come along if he was winning tonight, but he's in for his 3rd buy-in already, and he just ordered dinner. So he lets go of the 10-3. And we have 8s versus ace-queen, and the ace comes right on the flop. Oh, Rock leading here. Is John just going to call? How much does John have in his... Oh, John just has 186. John's putting it all in here. And Rock is going to hate himself. Yeah, I think Rock's going to call. He's kind of priced in here. He does have 2 outs. Both his 8s are still live. But Rock is... I think he's going to fold now. First I thought he was going to call. But it's only $86 more. This is... He's shaking his head. He's like, why did I bet? This is or was an easy fold if he checks the flop and then John moves all in. But since Rock let out for $100, you can see there's $600 in the pot, and he only has to call. Oh, another 140. I thought it was 86, but it's another 140. If it was 86, I think he calls. But Rock pretty much given an extra $100 to John there by leading out. He decided to represent the ace, but it turned out John was the one with the ace. And I don't think Chubs is going to get there with the VPIP, as he's in at 52%. So it's kind of funny because Chubs saw Smiley with a 75% VPIP on Friday, and his plan was to beat that. So Chubs came in with a plan and wasn't able to get there. I guarantee you Smiley did not come in with a plan. Smiley was not trying to have a high VPIP. That's just how he plays. That's normal for him. Ace King for Rigo, 15. $6-3, the natural 9 for Rock. He makes the call. John with the fours should be coming in as well.
Frustrating me that I was hanging in there. I got up to like 40, 45.
So the pocket fours in front right now.
I was a little worried. I had seven. Ace queen.
And pocket four still out in front, but 3 overcards to the fours. Rigo might just win this with the C bet, as it's going to be hard for the fours to continue. And the fours do find the muck. And Rigo will take it down with the ace king.
Tanked forever and finally called with fives. And those were my tournament, and I held up there. I was so frustrated.
So it doesn't look like we're going to get that final seat filled here. If it was a Friday night, that seat would have already been filled. Normally on Friday, it's a bigger game. It's a 2-5 game, but they do play pretty much all night on Fridays. Since this is during the week, sometimes this game runs after the stream, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of hit or miss. But it does run to 4 full hours during the stream here on Texas Card House. 3 separate wards. This is the secondary channel for TCH Live. This is the secondary channel. King Jack for champ makes it 16. 16. Ace Queen for John just makes the call out of the small blind. There's $30 on that button. He should have been 3-betting here. Flop stop pair. Let's see if he checks it over to champ. Checks it over to champ, and champ will put out the continuation bet. Board pair into 3. Let's see if John checks again. John is checking again. I don't think champ is going to fall for it this time. River coming to 7. John's going to put out, I think, a little bet here, maybe 40. No, it goes check, check again, and John's going to win the small blind game. So he will win the pot plus the $30 on top. He will leave 10 on there to restart the game, though. Let's see if they remind him about the 10 on the button. I know he forgot last time. The second time he wins a small blind game. He won it the last go around. And let's see if they remind him about the 10 on the button. I think maybe he checked the river there because he knew he was going to have to show his hand to win the small blind game. And let's see if the table reminds him about the $10 on top. King Queen for Chow. I'd like a race to 15 here. Chow says he likes 20. Chubs calling with the 7-5 of clubs. Doesn't want to see clubs on the flop. And there's the $10 for the small blind game. And Rigo calling with the King 8. Everybody with a club in their hand. Chow and Chubs with 2. And Rigo hits the 8 to come from behind and take the lead. Chow is putting out the continuation bet. I think Rigo's going to call one time. Chow does not want to see a king. He's looking for a queen, not a king. So a little pause in the game. Just they thought that Chow, they thought that Rigo folded. They forgot that Rigo was in the hand, so they will punch him back into the system. There he is. Rigo's back. He never went anywhere, but now he's back in the system. Oh, Rigo hit a trips. Should be checking this again. He does check it again. And Chow does slow down. Does not want to hit a king. Ace coming. Rigo should be betting the river here. Like, oh, small bet 50, but Chow doesn't have anything to call. Rigo does show the King 8. Oh, he was in the small blind too, right? No, he was the big blind. Reuben was the small blind. So Reuben will add 10. Small blind game up to 20. Aggression factor on your screen. Oh, thank you for subscribing there, Phony Turgeson. He's been a regular here for the TCH live chat for about 3 years. We've been streaming at this location for less than 6 months, and he actually did not know about this secondary channel, but he is now subscribed. He's now part of the secondary. So yes, thank you. Thank you for the follow. And like I said, the reason why 2 channels are set up is the location in Dallas, TCH Dallas, streams at least 2 nights a week. The location in Houston, TCH Houston, they stream at least 2 nights a week. We stream at least 2 nights a week. And TCH Austin, they also stream, although they're currently not streaming, but they also stream at least 2 nights a week. So that puts 8. That's 8. There's only 7 days out of the week. And then on top of that, all of the big tournaments that these locations have, they stream to Final Table. So just because of the number of locations and the number of days, a secondary channel was needed. This is it. Texas Card House Live, 3 separate words. The main channel, TCH Live, this is the secondary channel. If you're still not subscribed, make sure you do hit follow. Chubs with trip 4s. And John's going to bluff it as he had a club draw but missed. I think Chubs is just going to call here. Yeah, it looks right. I mean, I don't see him folding trips. Yeah, there's the call. He really saw no reason of raising because if John had a flush, John would beat him. So really the only thing calling him there is a flush.
What do you think about folding, are you?
So 8-handed, as you can see the raise first in stat.
No, I was expecting him to bet bigger, but if I bet smaller, I was like, oh, I can raise. I was expecting him to bet like 80 or 100. I was close to betting 80.
So I mentioned the like button earlier, and we're also getting some love from the chat as well.
Yeah, you threw me off when you bet the same round.
Pocket 8's coming in for a raise. There was a $6 straddle, bumps it up to 32. I like the sizing. You can see the chips on the button growing part of the small blind game. So Chubs straddle to 6 under the gun. And he should be calling here with the King Jack. I think he's checking whatever comes on the flop, and I think Comandante is going to be putting out the C-bet. That's my prediction. Ace, Ace, 10. There's the check. There's the C-bet. And Chubs is definitely calling here as he has a gut shot. And I don't think he puts Commander's picks on an ace. Is he folding? Oh, wow. So a lot of respect there. He did have the best hand. Thought the King Jacks might not let it go. So Chow adding $10 to the button as part of the small blind game. No straddle this hand. Action will be on seat 8, Rock.
So that's Alexis. Alexis. Talking to Rigo.
Jack 7 of clubs. I think Rock is at least going to limp. There's the limp. Limping is pimping.
Pegaron el high hand aquí, pegaron un low flush y también un straight flush.
Pocket 9s, but they're not at their seat. And Champ with the King 9 has the best hand right now and is eligible for the small blind bonus, as I believe it's up to 40. Yeah, it should be up to 40 because John hit it in seat 1. He put 10. Reuben put 10. Rigo put 10. And now Chow put 10. So small blind bonus should be 40. 40 en español. So everybody calling with a red chip, even though this is a 1-3 game. So the dealer having to make change, making sure the pot's right. There should be $12 when all is said and done. So there we go. So I think the dealer gave change to somebody she wasn't supposed to give change to. And that's what they're trying to figure out. There we go. So Champ eligible for the $40 bonus here. He does have the best hand. And she will burn 1 and turn 3. 7-7-6, 2 hearts. Rock with the 7. He will check. Checked around. Deuce coming. Should go check to Rock again, and Rock will put out like 10. And that's exactly what Rock does. And he will show the 7. Kind of laughing that nobody had anything. No flush draws, no straight draws. You can see Champ is your big winner now that Keller cashed out. Chow in at the second spot, and John in as well. Everybody else in the red. Chubs making a comeback as he's only down $43 now. And now there is $50 on the button, so Chubs is definitely going to be fighting for it. $6 under the gun straddle from Comandante. Commander picks. $6 to come in. Chow is just the limp. Chubs might even raise it here. No, he doesn't have that good of a hand. He has King 6. And there's the raise. I think Chubs is coming in. If it was more than 50, I think Chubs would have folded. And turns out that's going to be enough. I think he folded because Chow came in. If it was heads up, I think he might have tried to outplay his opponent. But it's hard to outplay 2 opponents out of position. And he made the fold. Tiny C-bet. And it's going to get the job done. So now Chubs is going to be the button. He's going to add. He'll probably clean it up. He'll put 2 greens and 2 red. Should be 2 red, right? It looks like we do have somebody filling the seat. We'll get on their information. 1, 10, 30. Yeah. Thought it should be 60 on that button, but maybe somebody wasn't at their seat. Because I know John in seat 1 won it. So he put 10. Then Reuben in seat 2. And Rigo in seat 4. Nobody was in seat 3. Yeah, so it should be 60. Somebody forgot to put on 10, I think. Let's check the cameras.
Was it that night you were playing it? No, I think I did it on Sunday. Sunday noon.
Ace king for Reuben. $15. So it looks like Nick with the ace jack comes in first hand, gets an ace, likes it, but he's not going to like the fact that
Well, that one,
Reuben has a better ace.
I think he went out at third. Yeah.
Everybody with an ace. We're going 5-6 ways to the flop. $90 in the middle. Flop's going to come 9 high, so sevens. I was going to say sevens still out in front, but Chow with the 9-8 flops 2 pair. Chow's probably going to play it fast. $90 in the pot. We'll probably bet at least 50. How about 75? I knew he would play it fast. And this is probably going to work here, as the button will slide over to seat 8, Rock. And Rock will put 10 on, so now there'll be 60 on top of that button. Raise first in. Seat 3, Nick just sat down. That's why he's at 0%. And there's the $10 on top of the button. So back to a full table. I didn't think we were going to get the seat filled, but I think Nick was playing in the tournament and busted out. I think that's what happened. Action on seat 2, Reuben. Reuben with an ace once again. This time he will put it in the muck. Nick with the 8-4 of clubs, trying to make up for lost time. Nope, he does fold. He briefly thought about playing it since it was suited. Champ with the big ace, coming in for 15. And the Queen 10 is going to be raising here, going after the bonus. Everybody with a 10 in their hand. I don't think John can call the 3-bet. He is suited, though. You got to factor that in. No, he finally does fold. Champ will make the call. And Commander Picks is taking an aggressive approach. I think he's going to c-bet here. He does like to put out that continuation bet. No, he checks. Champ checks behind. Who has the 10 of hearts? Okay, he's going to bet now. Commander Picks. Comandante en español. Here comes the bet. And it's going to work. Keep in mind, he does have to show it if he wants to win the bonus. Quick fold. Oh. 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 Yeah, so they reminded him that you have to show it. So did they pull his cards from the muck? Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, he did take the chips off. Like I said, I'm not down there. I don't know what the table agreed to. And I don't think he's played the small blind game before. So they started off not having to show, and then they said you have to show. But I think they just gave him a warning and let him have it.
Oh, the swapping?
Oh, you want to keep doing it? We can opt out of it or what?
I think it's somebody's out.
Yeah, con el. Ya podía sacar como quieras.
And I think they're going to end the small blind game after that confusion. Rigo with the ace king bumps it up to 15.
Yeah, I know. It's not worth it. It's not worth it with.
Everybody calling the $15 from Rigo. Even the 9-8, the initial, the under the gun. So small blind game is off. Just back to the normal 1-3 for this last half hour. Rigo flopping top pair, top kicker. Chubs flopping huge as he flops a pair and a flush draw. Chubs also flopped huge earlier when he flopped a open-ended straight flush draw. Got it all in on the flop. This time playing it more cautious. John calling was with a bad kicker here. And Nick coming along with the gut shot. 7 of spades. Chubs turning 2 pair. So Chubs' hand keeps getting better. And he's definitely raising here, especially with the number of people that are in the pot. He's going to go to 250. How much does he have in his stack? How much does Rigo have in his stack? Yeah, he's going to go to 250. How about 220? So I thought he was going to go just over 3x, and he goes just under 3x. Not sure what John's thinking about here. He does have top pair. He thinks one of these players is making a move, which I can understand, but both players is normally not the case. And he finally figures it out and makes the fold. That should do it for Nick. And Rigo. Is Rigo going to fold here? I think if Rigo had the ace of spades. So since Rigo doesn't have the ace of spades, now he might put his opponent on a flush draw. And that's the case. So Rigo looking to see if he has the ace of spades, figures that his opponent has the ace high flush draw. He is correct about the flush draw, but he is behind because his opponent turned 2 pair. And Rigo not going to improve. I think Rigo's going to check. Chubs will put them all in. And Rigo's going to have a decision. There's the all in. And here's the decision from Rigo. So you saw on the turn, Rigo checked his hand to see if he had the ace of spades, and he did not. So essentially, the term blockers that have become very popular lately. So since he did not have the ace of spades, I think he put his opponent on the ace of spades. And now that the flush draw is missed, he has a very hard decision here. He did raise 15 under the gun, but he did pick up 6 people on the flop. I think, oh no, he makes the call. He puts him on the ace of spades on a missed flush draw, and he is half correct. His opponent did miss the flush, but his opponent made 2 pair. And I think that's going to do it for Rigo. And I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. But I don't think Rigo's going to be wearing that New York Mets hat on the stream anymore. So back to 8-handed. We just filled up the seat 3 to go back to 9-handed, and we just lost seat 4 as we have just under half an hour to go in tonight's stream. Up to hand number 88. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be proud. King, queen for Chow. I like 15. And Chow agrees. Champ comes along. Chubs just winning last hand. Missed the spades, but has the ace-high spades this time. And looks like everybody's calling, so Reuben going to take his 6s and put out a little squeeze play here. He does have the best hand, and he might have enough chips to get people to fold here. Chowder likes the king-queen. It's going to be a flip here. 50-50 once everybody folds. I think it's going to be like 55-45. How about 54-46? The exact stats. A paired board will be fun. Jack, Jack 10? No. So far, so good for Reuben. And he hits a set on the end that he doesn't need. Chow will show him the king high. And Reuben will take down that pot. Nice little double up for him. I think he was in for 300, so that's going to put him in the green for the night. So early on, we had 3 all-ins within the first 10 hands and kind of just calmed down. And now that we have less than half an hour to go on the stream, I think these players know it. And it looks like they're starting to open up their ranges once again. And small blind game is not on. That is a straddle. They're just confirming. They're letting Reuben know the small blind game is off, and that that's gonna be a $10 button straddle. So action will be under the gun for Nick, AC Deucey. Chow coming back in, Queen Deuce of Hearts. It's $6 to go. The minimum straddle is $6, and that's exactly what Reuben put out. We are going 5 ways to a flop of $31. Pocket fives in front right now. A lot of overcards to dodge. And the ace comes right on the flop. Ace 4-4. Commander picks with the ace. Nobody with a flush draw, nobody with a 4, so this $15 should finish the hand, and does just that. A little uneventful, but sometimes that happens. I'm sure most people are tuned in because they want to see an eventful hand happen. We have had a lot of those tonight. The deck slipping out of the dealer's hands, but I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. This is a different deck. The cards are a little bit thicker compared to the normal cards because of the chip that is in these cards. And I don't think, there you go. I was going to say, I don't think it's going to scan that card. And Chubs, a veteran of the stream, knows that the cards need to be around the scanner for them to pick up properly. Jack 4 of Hearts for Rock. He's coming in. And everybody folding. It's going to be the battle of the jacks. The battle of the suited jacks. And Chubs was in front. And he is still in front. Chop possibilities. And no, the Jack 9 is going to win. Your best 5 cards. So it'll be the 3 aces, the Jack, and the 9. Jack 9. Chubs will win the $16 pot. And another uneventful hand. All right, I promise this time. I promise this pot will be over $100. I promise. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Like I said, we're on a 15-minute delay. These hands took place 15 minutes ago. I do not know the outcome, as I am literally in a separate room. I'm in the same building but a separate room, seeing everything unfold the same time you see it unfold. Rock limping under the gun with the Queen 10 offsuit. Commander's pick, raising it up with the Queen 6 of spades. And John looks like he likes the price. Calls with the King Jack. Nick will fold the 9 deuce. Chow makes the call on the button. 6-4 of hearts. Champ letting go of the 9-6 of clubs. If the small blind game was on, he would have called that. Chubs wanted to call, but he makes the fold. All right, we're halfway there. We're at $61. More than halfway there. No, we're at $76. So maybe we will have a $100 pot. 4 players. And kind of an uneventful flop. Deuce, deuce, 3. 2 diamonds. Looks like it's going to go check around. And Chow has a gut shot. Needs a 5 for a straight. So technically the pot is 116. So I think everybody's going to fold here. There you go. I told you the pot would be over 100. So it is very different when you're sitting at the poker table. And right now, even though I'm not sitting at the poker table, it just really feels like this game's starting to slow down. The wind has come out of the sails. It feels like I'm not at the table, but when you play live, the table dynamic, something that you always want to factor in. It's one of the things that makes playing live great, as there's always a different table dynamic. And right now it just feels, like I said, I'm not there at the table, but just watching and seeing the hands, it just has a totally different feel compared to the beginning of the stream. And right as I say that, we have another $100 pot. Rock leads right out with his king high, but John flopping 2 pair. And he will be raising with that 2 pair. Nobody has anything to call him with. Rock should be making the fast fold, but Rock has a backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. There's the club. That's good news and bad news for Rock. He is drawn dead now. Does John just check here? Oh, there's the check. Do we see a club? No club. So I think Rock's going to bluff it though here. And whatever chips he puts in, he will be losing them. Oh, he does check. Finally does slow down. And John will be putting probably about 100, wanting to get paid. But Rock will not be calling. I think he's going to put about 100. Or he's going to put it all. So as I said earlier, it does feel like this game has lost some steam, but we do have about another 5 more hands to go. So we normally stream past 10 o'clock, tonight being no different. Like I said, we're on a 15-minute delay. I do not think this game continues on after the stream, but I might be wrong. They might be giants. Under the gun for John, just one last hand. Reuben also mucking. Nick King 7 of diamonds just limps. Chow with the suited connectors and Champ with the jacks makes it 20. Good size raise. I think Chow for sure is going to call him. Wasn't sure about Nick. Well, now Chow's coming along. So 3 ways to the flop we go. Champ with the jacks. And an ace coming on the flop. Chow with the hearts. And Chow's going to bet at it, and this might work as Champ did not want to see an ace. And the ace comes right on the board. I think Champ's folding here. There you go. So Chow winning with 4 high, and he shows it. Once again, you have different feelings on whether or not you should show your hand or not. Normally, I don't. I think there's some cases where you should. I don't think Chow should have shown it just because there's about another 5 hands to go on the stream. So early on, if this was hand number 4 as opposed to hand number 94, then yes, I think he should have shown it. But in this case, really no reason to, in my opinion.
Hi, Fred.
Pocket queens. Reuben coming in for the $15 raise. He did this earlier with ace king, raising it to 15.
I heard about y'all's 2-weekend venture. He said he hasn't recovered. He said he hasn't recovered.
Looks like Rock put it in the 3-bet, and he's going to get 4-bet here. No, is he just calling? Wow. And Reuben's out of position? Yeah, Reuben's bringing along the ace of champ here. Champ flopping a monster, and Champ should not have been in this spot if Reuben would have put out the 4-bet. I think if Reuben calls, Champ raises. If Reuben folds, Champ calls. Champ should just be calling here as he has... Nope, he's going all in. Immediate fold from Rock. I think if Reuben would have put in the 4-bet there, I think Rock would have gone with his hand and Reuben would have doubled up. Instead, Reuben chose just to call the 3-bet out of position. So a couple more hands to go on tonight's stream. Would once again like to thank everybody who joined us tonight and remind you it's going on right now and all of this weekend, the Valley Poker Open. Last chance to qualify this weekend, last chance to win your share of the $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. And if you happen to win first, you're going to win at least $25,000 guaranteed for first place. So $60 3-bet here. Second time somebody 3-bets on the button. Last time they had 9s. This time they have King 10. And Rock, not a believer. Has an ace. Does not want to fold the ace. Think he's going to check. Commander's pick will put in the C-bet. And I don't think Rock's going to be able to call. You can see Rock, not a happy Rock tonight. All right, there are tonight's winners. Chubs, the current big winner, as we had Keller cash out earlier. And then Champ in at second place, Chow and John. Everybody else in the red. Both seats 8 and 9, the reddest. Action will be under the gun on Chow. He should be folded. And he does. Champ with the suited cards makes the fold. Chubs with the natural 9 makes the raise. Jack 8 suited for John, and he will play his button. And Nick defends his big blind As we goes 3 ways to a flop, action will be on the big blind Nick. It's all high cards. Chubs gonna put on the brakes as he has 2 small cards. John will put out the C bet, and I think that'll do it. And it does. So that's going to lead us to our final hand. Almost got 100 hands in tonight. I think if it wasn't for the deck when Ash Cash came in, one of the cards, the actual chip was exposed, so they had to change out the deck. So that could have probably at least gotten at least another 2 hands, maybe 3 hands. Would have got us to 100, but almost got to 100 hands tonight. We're at 97. This will be the final hand of the night. It's a $6 button straddle from Reuben. And action will be on the small blind of Nick. Action does start to the left of the straddle. Nick with the ace-queen. Does he just limp? No, he's going to put in a raise to 16. And Chow, defending his big blind, makes the call. Rock just makes the call. I was going to say, I think Rock just might go with this, but he just makes the call. I thought he would have put in a 3-bet, but he's been pretty card dead tonight, and anytime he has caught a hand, he's been getting unlucky. So we're going 5 ways to the flop, $80 in the middle. Ace-queen versus pocket 8. Those are the 2 best hands right now. And the ace-queen of Nick will flop top 2 pair as Chow flops bottom pair. And Commander's Picks flops a gut shot straight draw. And Reuben flops bottom pair. Is this going to be a check raise for Nick? $30 into 80, so kind of a small bet. Nick does have a lot of players left to act behind him, so I think that's why he just calls. And we're going to be going heads up as Reuben is looking for a jack. A 3 does nothing. Nick picks up a flush draw now. I do like a check raise here. I don't think Reuben's going to be betting, though. $140 in the pot. Looks like Nick is going to bet, and he's going to bet a small size in here. Reuben bet 30 on the flop. Now Nick is betting 25. Normally your bets progressively get bigger. And in this case, they're getting smaller. It'd be very funny if he bets 20 on the river. Oh, that 3 is going to get Reuben in trouble. As Nick has a better 2 pair, 190 in the middle. I don't think he's going to bet 20, but it would be very funny if he does. He's going to bet enough to get called here, I think. There was 190 in the pot, and looks like he's betting 90. And Reuben's going to make the crying call. There's the crying call. There's the bad news. And that'll do it for tonight's stream. We would like to thank everybody who joined us tonight. Next time we're streaming on the main channel on Friday, TCH Live. We will be streaming the 2-5 game. And, of course, don't forget about the Valley Poker Open. Last chance to qualify today, tomorrow, and this weekend, as it is over $100,000 guaranteed. Valley Poker